Welcome to a smoky Friday night here at Ohsweken Speedway. I'm Greg Kellman, with me Adam Ross, Clinton Jeffrey down trackside tonight as HUNSINGERS and ABATE and Associates present Halloween in July. It's also our Fan Fest series tonight. The belts are back on the line for the Thunders and the Minis, and it's autograph night. It's going to be a great night of racing with all four divisions on the card. The Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack merchandising sprint cars on track right now. And this is their second to last qualifying group, I believe, before we get things going. Actually, this is the final one before we get going with our qualifying heats tonight. The Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Cars back on the card last week after the Action Sprint Tour took center stage. We've also got the Middleport Mechanical Thunder stocks and the Insta Insulation Mini stocks. So timed hot laps concluded for our 360 sprint cars. They'll head pit side, and we'll get ready for qualifiers for the Crate Sprint Car Division. Scott Hall down in front of us here, needing a push to the pit area. Want to welcome everyone tuning in on GeForce TV. Everyone here in attendance tonight. Glad you could join us. Great crowd on hand. Have a quick announcement out in the parking lot. We've got a Ford F-150, plate number AZ46621. And a black bike, plate 2103V. We need both of those vehicles moved immediately. A Ford F-150 AZ46621 and a black bike 2103V. We need those vehicles moved immediately.
Greg, is there a check in that envelope? Did you look for one?
That was the first thing I asked. As soon as I see an envelope, it's like, is there money? Is
What's
there a check?
in it?
Well, it is sealed. Now I have to look. You know what's in here?
I know what would be in there if I sent you something.
The exact same thing that's between your ears. It's empty. Sorry.
Look at you go.
Space, the final frontier. That's what Darren, our DJ, just said. Ready to go with our first qualifier of the night. It's for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division. Their qualifier is brought to you by DJD Graphics. Just waiting for one car to make the track, I believe, here.
Hey, and we've got to give a shout-out to General Manager of the racetrack, Clinton Jeffrey, as much as I hate to do it, Greg. But I heard a lot of comments. Last week was the opener for the Action Sprint Tour here at Ohsweken, then down at Buxton. And I heard quite a few drivers saying how much they like the new qualifying format that we use here instead of the pill draw. Because here we do timed hot laps, so the fastest four cars are at the front. Well, they're lined up from fastest to slowest, but the top four have a bit of a shuffle involved to them. But Crate Sprint's on the racetrack for qualifying heat number one. They're going to line up like this on the pole. From Beamsville, the 27H is Nico Hansen. Outside the front row is Steve Murdoch from Georgetown in the 2M. Row 2 on the inside. Out of Ancaster, the 16X is Keegan Baker. Starting in fourth from St. Thomas, the 52 is Jesse Costa. Starting fifth from Brantford, the 88R is Riley Mercer. Sixth out of Ohsweken is Brian Nanakoke in the 9C. Final row out of Burford is Brandon Sobeski in the 22X. And a welcome back to the number one from Dorchester of Holly Porter. So they're lined up a little bit different out there than what's on the sheet.
Keegan Baker was originally lined up third. He's at the back of the pack, so I wonder if he maybe missed going over the scales or something after the time trials. But nonetheless, he's starting from the back, and at the front, it's Steve Murdoch working to the outside of Nico Hansen for the lead.
Steve Murdoch's had an up-and-down year. He's been to Slack Lumber Victory Lane. He's also been the victim of a couple of incidents on the racetrack. Keegan Baker up to the fifth spot, but Brian Nanakoke and Holly Porter all over the back end of that number 16.
Battle right now on for the second spot as Jesse Costa works to the outside of Nico Hansen. He'll have that second spot at the line as Steve Murdoch is pulled away as your race leader.
Holly Porter, that inside line that she loves so much out there in the number one. Out in front, you're not missing much. It's Steve Murdoch by half a straightaway. This is the best battle on the track between Baker, Porter, and Nanakoke.
Riley Mercer just ahead of them as Keegan Baker has the slight advantage over Holly Porter. They work it down into corner three another time by the Duke Electric camera perch.
This is the final transfer spot. Whoever finishes fifth goes straight into tonight's feature event. Everybody behind the 5th spot is relegated to the last chance race, the dreaded last chance race where anything can happen.
Right now it's all Steve Murdoch in the 2M over Jesse Costa, although I believe he's cut into that lead maybe just a little bit. Jesse hot off a win last week. He became the first winner of the Action Sprint Tour, tuned by Matco Tools.
Riley Mercer got up and off the racetrack. He was in the 4th spot. Now he is out of a transfer position, back to 6th, so that's good fortune for Holly Porter.
Mobile 1 white flag is out for Steve Murdoch as he begins to catch the tail of the field, and Brandon Sebeski. Jesse Costa in the 2nd spot, trying that high lane, but he's going to run out of time.
Whoa, Steve. He comes off of turn number 4, takes that checkered flag. Jesse Costa comes home 2nd, then it's Nico Hansen, followed by Keegan Baker and Holly Porter. Headed to the B main are Rodney Mercer, Brian Nanikoke, and Brandon Sebeski.
So the first of 4 qualifiers completed for the Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division. See, the second is just getting pushed off now. Clinton Jeffries on the scene down trackside.
Yeah, I got a bit of a report on why the lineup was off. Keegan Baker and Brian Nanikoke did not make the call on time to the push-off track, so they had to start tail at the back for not making the call. All the other cars were headed to the Speedway when they showed up to the push-off track.
Rules be rules.
Yeah, Dave is not messing around with timing this year. We actually started a couple minutes late, so they had a couple minutes grace. But even last week, Nick Sheridan missed, was a little bit late to his timed hot laps and missed his whole session, and that put him at the back. So Dave has been giving out that message, be on time. We are not waiting for you. You are not special.
But he nailed his Halloween in July grumpy old man costume.
Well, it is Hunsingers night at the races tonight, along with ABATE Associates. So he had to get the bucket truck ready. He had to fill 500 candy bags, I think. So Dave's been busy.
If he filled 500 candy bags, he ate at least 250 of them. Heat race number 2 is going to line up like this. On the pole from Kitchener, the 50 LS, is Adrian Staley. Alongside him, another welcome back. He was here last Friday, but back again from Stevensville, the 71 is Mike Bowman. Starting 3rd from Scotland, the 53 is Logan Schwedick. 4th out of Wainfleet, the BS 39 is Brett Stratford. Starting 5th from Cambridge, it's Connor Ross in the 44. 6th out of Hagersville, the 24K is Kiana Teal. 7th from Rockton, the 28T is Cam Thompson, and rounding out the field from Thorold, the 96 of Tyler LaFantasy.
We'll take shape out of corner number 2, ready to go with DJD Graphics qualifier number 2.
How about Adrian Staley? He struggled pretty bad the first part of this season, but he's shown some speed here the last couple weeks.
Yeah, he had a really good run last week in that 50 LS. Green flag goes up in the air. He and Mike Bowman will race it down into corner number 1.
Brett Stratford turns hard left to get to the bottom of the racetrack. Go around Logan Schwedick out in front. Staley noses ahead of Bowman.
Off of corner 4, they'll work with Adrian Staley out in front. Bowman all over his tail tank, and then that's that third place battle rather is heated up. Brett Stratford and Logan Schwedick. Now Stratford trying to pull away from him.
Stratford in that 3rd spot, about 6 car lengths back of Mike Bowman in the 71. Out in front, Adrian Staley continues to lead the way with Cam Thompson moving up to that 6th spot as he gets around Kiana Teal.
Cam had a great Friday night last week, and here he is moving past Connor Ross. He'll take over the 5th spot. Kiana Teal looks low on the inside of the 44.
Teal down low. Connor trying to figure things out on the high side of the racetrack. But Thompson with speed down low, and same with Kiana Teal. Contact between Teal and Ross. Between 1 and 2, they both carry on down the backstretch.
Halfway home as they cross the Cedar Springs starter stand. It's all Adrian Staley over Mike Bowman, Brett Stratford, and Logan Schwedick.
Schwedick right there on the tail tank of Brett Stratford in the 39 as they come off of turn number 4. Schwedick trying to make the high side work.
Adrian Staley, the 50 LS out in front. Comes off of corner number 4. This time by, it'll be 2 laps left to go for Mike Bowman. Brett Stratford third. Then it's Logan Schwedick fourth. Cam Thompson still hanging in there well in the 5th spot. Connor Ross in 6th.
Ross has pulled away a little bit from Kiana Teal. Tyler LaFantasy is right on her tail tank as we get the Mobile 1 white flag.
Last trip around for Adrian Staley as he'll work it off of corner 2 and down the backstretch for the final time. He's got almost a straightaway advantage over Mike Bowman.
Checkers in the air for Adrian Staley. He'll take the win. Bowman going to come home in the 2nd spot. Stratford 3rd. Schwedick 4th. Cam Thompson with the final qualified position in 5th.
Connor Ross 6th, 7th, Kiana Teal, and Tyler LaFantasy will finish in the 8th spot as DJD Graphics qualifier number 2 now in the books. 2 more to come. See them buzzing to life over there on the warm-up track. Great look from the drone, the J. Summers Garage drone over the tech barn as they roll over the scales.
Looks like just the top 3 maybe going to the scales. Everybody else heads back to their pits. How many drones have we got in the sky? There you have it. We've got 2. One of them following heat number 3 out onto the racetrack. And here's how they're going to start. On the pole from Rockwood, the 94 is Ryan Fraser. Second from Wilsonville, Corey Whittam in the 55. Starting 3rd, it's Campbell Baker from Ancaster in the 26X. 4th from Caledonia, it's Liam Martin in the 9. Starting 5th from Caledonia, it's Logan Ferguson in the 89L. 6th out of Hagersville, the 36 is Jeremy May. 7th from St. George, it's Ken Hamilton in the 69K, and scheduled to go 8th from Clarence Center, New York. The 57C is Cooper Fritz.
Fraser and Whittam ready to bring us to the green flag through the WG Truck Center start zone down in corner number 4. Three wide behind Ryan Fraser's. They all monkey pile down into corners 1 and 2.
Wow, 3 wide coming off of turn number 2 for the race lead. Liam Martin to the outside. Then he'll drive down to the inside through 3 and 4. He's going to lead lap number 1.
How about that lap for Liam Martin? He went from the 4th spot to the 1st spot. As it's a battle side by side for 2nd. Campbell Baker will have that. Ryan Fraser working to the outside of Corey Whittam.
Logan Ferguson holds down the 5th and final transfer position. He's got Jeremy May and Cooper Fritz hot on his heels. Fritz's car wouldn't fire when it came time to run timed hot laps earlier on, so he had to start at the back of this one, but once again, a great battle for that 5th spot.
It's all Liam Martin right now, and then Creative Edge Signs and Graphics car number 9. He is trucking along, runner-up last week in the Action Sprint Tour tuned by Matco Tools event.
Logan Ferguson clipped the front stretch wall on the exit of turn number 4. Still up to speed as Cooper Fritz putting the challenge on for the 5th spot. Jeremy May falling back a little bit in the 36.
Campbell Baker, Corey Whittam, and Ryan Fraser having a great battle for that 2nd spot. Meanwhile, we watch Cooper Fritz, who has had to drive his way up from the back, and now he's going to get by Logan Ferguson.
Cooper Fritz up into a transfer position. Liam Martin out in front here to get a full straightaway lead. We've got 2 laps to go.
Liam Martin will cross the Cedar Springs starter stand line there, and he is your leader up in corner number 2. A straightaway advantage over the battle for the 2nd spot. Campbell Baker, Ryan Fraser now into the 3rd position. Corey Whittam back to 4th as we come to the Mobile 1 white flag.
Whoa, slide job for the 2nd spot. Ryan Fraser slides Campbell Baker. Baker crosses him back over. They're going to do it again in 1 and 2. Baker gets the position, slides up the racetrack.
From the checkered flag, it was all the live wire. Liam Martin, he'll pick up the heat race win. Campbell Baker holds on for second over Ryan Fraser. Then it's Corey Whittam and Cooper Fritz in the final transfer spot over Logan Ferguson, Jeremy May, and Ken Hamilton. And Ryan Fraser in the Neely Automotive number 94 will come up lame off of corner number 2, but that one in the books. Fraser will finish in the third spot as Liam Martin pulled away on that first lap, started fourth, went right to the lead, and never looked back.
Yeah, that was a bold start by Liam Martin. We've got to give a shout-out from Jeremy May to the U13 Haldeman River Kings hockey team that his youngest plays for. He also wants to say hello to his guest tonight from Allure Custom Carpentry, JLM Metal Recycling, and Cosser's Diesel Service. Jeremy will be out again in the B main a little bit later. While we are at it, let's also wish a happy birthday to Linda Atkinson. And to Emily, happy 25th birthday watching from home. If you're not sure if you're the right Emily, if you turn 25 today and you're watching from home, it is probably you. All right, qualifier number 4 lines up like this. On the pole from Brantford, the 48 is Lance Erskine. Starting second from Cortland, it's Tom Palazzari in the 5. Third out of Mosley, the 3S is Austin Rose. Fourth from Mississauga, it's the highlight man, Mac DeMann in the 4. Starting fifth, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller from Six Nations. He drives the 20 to 51. From Ancaster is Trevor Young. Travis Hofstetter is from Baden. He's in the number 2. And welcome back to Matt Boyce from Caledon in the 78X.
And his top wing will show 77. He's got one of Tyler Powless's 77 top wings for Matt Boyce as Mac DeMann rockets around the outside of Palazzari, and now Lance Erskine, and he's doing exactly what Liam Martin did in the last qualifier.
Do you think he watched Liam Martin in that qualifier or what?
Mac DeMann, he came up lame in the hot lap session. Wondered if maybe there were some problems there in the Ford machine, but the Bar Motorsports crew has that car humming as Mac DeMann, the highlight man's out in front of Lance Erskine, Austin Rose, Tom Palazzari.
Once again, we've got a great battle for the 5th spot. That last transfer, Johnny Miller has it. Trevor Young was right on his tail, but Young just got loose in 1 and 2. Lost a lot of ground, and here goes Johnny Miller to the inside of Tom Palazzari.
3 on the board and 5 laps left to go here in this final qualifier for the Crate Sprint Car Division, brought to you by DJD Graphics. The highlight man out in front, coming to the cross flags, leading over Lance Erskine, who once again having another solid run. Now the Dixieland Grill caution flag will come out for Matt Boyce, who goes around up in corner number 2.
That's the way to have your mishap. Don't flip end over end off the end of the racetrack. That hurts and it's very expensive. Talked to Matt in the pits. He was in pretty good spirits. He knows that's part of it and that it wasn't as bad as it looked.
The Kenny Upul push truck team on the scene will give Matt a little push down the hill there. He'll get the car refired.
This is our biggest week of the summer, Greg. You get to spend 3 of the next, 5 nights? In this very tower with me.
Woo. Yay.
Can you think of anything better?
I can. How about driving to Ottawa with you for 5 hours after tonight's over?
I'll be asleep in the back. I also don't have a lot of faith you can get us there in 5 hours, but
leave him somewhere, Clint. Just in the middle of the night, some country road. Kick him out. Back to the green flag, single file pass the cone there at the Cedar Springs starter stand.
Johnny Miller right to the inside of Tom Palazzari. He'll pick up the 4th spot, knock Palazzari back to 5th. Trevor Young trying to make that charge in the 51 as we got a pass for the 2nd spot, and that's a big move by Austin Rose. With Mac DeMann, the fastest qualifier, leading this heat. Whoever finishes 2nd will be in the redraw and start somewhere in the top 8. Whoever finishes 3rd is definitely going to start in the 12th spot.
Some good close racing there between 2 of our former Outlaw Kart racers from years gone by. Austin Rose now into the second spot over Lance Erskine.
A little further back, Travis Hofstetter in the 2, trying to get that car wound up on the high side to make a move on Trevor Young.
2 laps left to go for the highlight man, Mac DeMann. Austin Rose trying to close in on him. Erskine sitting there in the 3rd spot. The Iceman, Johnny Miller, has methodically worked his way up into the 4th spot, getting by Trevor Young as the Mobil 1 white flag is displayed.
I did not see what happened to Tom Pelizzari to put him at the back.
Mac DeMann will work through 3 and 4. He'll come to the checkered flag and win the final qualifier of the night for the Crate Sprint Car Division over Austin Rose. Lance Erskine, Johnny Miller, Trevor Young, your top 5. So Travis Hofstetter, Tom Pelizzari, and Matt Boyes will go to the last chance qualifier. We'll be back with more qualifying here on GeForce TV.
The results were shocking. Well, that's pretty clear. There's a limited time bundle for your first purchase. Using the QR code on screen when you buy this kit, you get an extra 3 bottles of wash for free. Don't miss this exclusive offer.
Your mom got a new tractor? Yep. Can she see in the dark? Can do. Hook up all the implements? Can do. Steer with ease? Can do. Bale hay all day? Can do. Shift like a race car? Can do. Keep a juice box cold? Can do. I'm out of here.
Back at Ohsweken Speedway on GeForce TV. Greg Kelman along with Adam Ross, Clinton Jeffrey down trackside. Up next, the last chance qualifier for the mini stocks. This is our second of the Fan Fest Series nights. So on these nights where we have our autograph session to give us a little bit more time, the mini stocks on Thunders do timed hot laps, and the top drivers lock themselves into the main event. The rest will go to the B main, or this last chance qualifier. The top 8 out of these 11 cars will move on to the main event. The rest will be done for the evening. And this is how they'll line up for this last chance qualifier. 8 laps the distance. On the pole out of Caledonia, the 265 is Mike Evers. Alongside him from Chippewa in the G8 is Jeremy Cooper. Starting in 3rd from Woodstock, the 66 is John Janssens. And going 4th out of Waterdown, the 12 is Mark Allen. Starting in 5th from Stratford, the 54 is Christopher French. Chase Mitchell in 24R out of Ancaster starts 6th. 7th will be Randy Allway out of St. Anne's in the 43J. Race Meyer out of Tilsonburg in the 93R goes from the 8th spot. Starting in 9th is Crystal Souls out of Hamilton, the 81D. And back in 10th in car number 11 is the pinball Mike Giberson out of Caledonia. And Seth Renveld out of Hagersville in the 10J starts in the 11th spot. So again, top 8 will transfer to the main event tonight. The rest are done for the evening. Last chance qualifier for the Insulation Mini Stocks. Their qualifier is brought to you each night by J&E Towing. This is the only qualifier they have to run. And boy, Jeremy Cooper gets into the side of Mike Evers. Jansen's in, and now, that's a hard hit for Jeremy Cooper. And Mike Evers into the corner 3 bales.
That doesn't add up to me. Mike Evers pulling the window net down. That's a good sign to see him moving around, climbing out of that race car. First aid on the scene. Should say, call him Race Med. Race Med is on the scene to have a conversation.
Hard hit there for Jeremy Cooper in the G8.
They never slowed down. That was the strange thing to me.
Mike out of the car. Talking to the Race Med crew. Looks like some significant damage to the right front of the G8 machine. Mike over there with hands up.
I see Mike's car. Other than the front end, all the geometry on the wheels look all right. Not sure what's up with the Jeremy Cooper G8 here. And then once we pull it off the wall, I think he's going to have some right front
Clint, you don't know how
fender issues.
Did you see how hard they hit?
I just caught the end of it. Oof. Michael, you okay?
I'm a little sore in the groin.
No doubt. I'm not going to make it feel better for you.
I don't know what happened there. There was no reason for it. Whatever that was all about, I have no idea. We're trying to run a clean race here. Stuff happens. I think my car's finished.
Well, all the wheels are up. That's a good start, Mike. Get in there and check it out. Good thing you're all right. That's all that matters.
I'm sorry, what?
Just glad you're all right.
I'll be fine. I think my car's done for the season. I'm sorry.
Let's take a look when we get it off the bail. We'll get a good look at it here. Jeremy Cooper also involved in this one, and his car pinched up there. Jeremy, what happened from your perspective? That was kind of a strange one.
I'm going to have to watch a video on that one because I don't even know. Next thing you know, I was sideways in front of everybody. It was a hard hit, but I'm good.
All right, good to see both drivers are all right, guys. Give us a minute here. We'll check out the damage once we peel them apart.
So if you look at the Creekside Construction screen, Cooper went to the inside. This might give us a better look. Don't know what to make of that, Greg. It's like two drivers maybe don't think they're putting as much stress on each other as they are.
Yeah.
But hopefully in the VIP suites you had a good time. Like, that's all the action coming right for you.
Yeah, Evers does have some issues here. I don't know if you can see it, but look at all these bars pushed in. You got the rad pushed back into the motor here, so we'll get all the ways they tow that one away. But Mike Evers probably is done for the night. And look at the Cooper machine. He's definitely done for the night. As you can't fix that too quick. We'll get Jack out of the way because the Scooper's coming in here. We got Justin Case coming in, and they're just going to lift up this Cooper G8 with our Case IH L105 machine here. Zigger at the tiller. And just like that, we will scoop this one up, guys. Should be fairly easy to get this one cleaned up.
I would say you described it best at the very beginning, Adam. No one ever lifted. That seems to be the problem there.
Yeah, there was no break given there, and I think both drivers needed just that little bit of separation, and they could have sorted things out, but because they never got it, it just kept getting worse and worse. And
that narrowed up the front end of Jeremy Cooper's machine.
Is there still a car? Now they're going to lift it up like that. I was going to see if Jack's around. You could show in the car. These drivers wear either a 5-point belt or a 6-point belt, pretty much all of them. Which means you got a belt over each shoulder that goes straight down, a belt that comes from each side of your lap across your hips to hold you in tight, and then one little locator belt that goes down between your legs, and that's anchored into the floor, and it kind of positions everything properly. And if you hit something hard enough at that angle, you ever slid off your bike, Greg?
Yeah.
Did you ever wonder why ladies' bikes don't have that bar, but boys' bikes do?
Yes.
Someone has a sickness. And they designed bikes and said, this is for the boys, this is for the girls.
I always wondered that.
You got it wrong. Don't mean to be judgy, but you got it wrong. That's what just happened to Mike Evers.
Oh, my.
I wonder if we can Google that.
I don't think we should.
Who's the jerk that decided to do who would get the boy bikes?
Dr. Demento.
Thankfully, both drivers are all right. And the good news is someone's going to get into the race that maybe didn't expect to. Jeremy Cooper, a really fast car. You would have expected him to stay at the front of this one. Mike Evers, longtime competitor, quality race car driver. He probably could have stayed in the top 8. So that means our 9th and 10th place car is going to move up, and they're going to get to start. As long as they can hold their positions, they'll get to start the feature tonight.
Field given the yellow flag, ready to fire things back up. And we'll try this all over again. No laps complete. And again, now everyone will qualify but one car, as the front row is gone. And this was a great break for John Janssens, who in that melee got scooted into the infield. And thankfully for him, because it's a complete restart, he'll start back up on the front row.
He did the sportsmanlike thing. He cut them some slack, gave them some room, and as they were bouncing off each other, had to take evasive action.
Carter Long atop the Cedar Springs starter stand will get ready to cut them loose. Top 8 to transfer into tonight's main event for the Insta Insulation Mini Stocks.
Jansen's leads the way through 1 and 2. Christopher French running the middle in the second spot, moving up on the Allen number 12 as Chase Mitchell closes in. That's a great 4-car battle for the second spot.
Randy Allway. Randy Allway part of that in the 43J machine. Always a nice looking ride from Randy Allway.
Mike Giberson just spun out in turn number 4, and that's not something we see these days.
Part of his back bumper dragging behind him there as he's right now in the final transfer spot. Top 4 now off of corner number 4. It's going to be Jansen's leading the way over French. And then the 24R of Chase Mitchell and Mark Allen riding in the 4th spot.
French gets a little bit squirrely. Chase Mitchell heads up to the high side of the track. He'll carve down to the middle groove, down the back straightaway, but French closes the door on corner entry and will maintain that second spot.
It's all John Jansen's right now. French and Mitchell have the best battle on the track for the second position.
Oh, we got one spun around on the inside of turn number 2.
Seth Reneveld. Caution is out. The Dixieland Grill caution flag comes out for that spin in corner number 2. 3 on the board and 5 to go.
Now, I've never noticed this. Mrs. Giberson has her back to the track. So I'm hearing, okay, that's the norm, okay. And we've been here doing this, Greg. Well, Clinton and I for the better part of 30 years, you for the better part of 20 years. I can see why. He has taken some wild rides. It's been a long time.
Well, when your nickname's Pinball, I mean.
He earned it.
John Jansen's will jump out in front again. Christopher French riding in the second spot again. Top 8 will transfer and troubles again for the 10J off of corner number 2, but will stand to the green flag.
Jansen's up high. Christopher French using the middle groove. Now French will slide up to the outside. Chase Mitchell looks faster to me than the 2 cars ahead of him, but he seems to close in and then lose ground and close in again.
Stand by, it'll be 3 laps left to go in the last chance qualifier. Christopher French right there in the back bumper of John Jansen's as they race off of corner number 2. Got to give a shout out in the 8th spot right now. The final transfer spot is Crystal Souls, and she's got some good speed in the car tonight, does she not?
They have the last little bit. Apparently they found something in the car.
Yeah, looking racy here tonight.
2 more times around, they're going to close in on some slower traffic.
Jansen's will move to the outside. French and Mitchell. Oh, Jansen's kind of moved up there to the high side of corner number 3. Oh, boy, right in front of the leaders. Thankfully, everybody will get by as they see the Mobil 1 white flag.
Down through 1 and 2, Jansen's way up high. Christopher French in his tire tracks. They'll race down the back straightaway into 3 for the final time.
And the checkers, Christopher French has got a good run on the inside line. This last chance qualifier, though, will go to John Jansen's over French and Mitchell. They make contact. Mark Allen in the 4th spot, Race Meyer in 5th, and it's Giberson all the way. And Souls will be the final qualifier into tonight's main event for the mini stocks. Up next, Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars, the 360 Sprints. Our top division ready to roll out onto the racetrack with 3 qualifiers in total. Great shot of that bright red moon, sun we're seeing. I was going to say moon. Bright red sun we're seeing.
You've said dumber things.
Yeah, like, yeah, sure, tonight. I'll work with Adam every Friday night. It'd be an honor. No, I never said that.
I wouldn't think so.
If I have to. All right, ready to go with the first qualifier for the 360 Sprints, brought to you by Plastic Auto Recyclers on the pole out of Scotland in the 47X. D-Dub still in Westbrook. Lined up on his outside from Ohsweken, the 77T, it's Tyler Palace, and going from the third spot from Grand Island, New York, in the 21, it's Kyle Phillips. Young Skylar Evans out of Scotland, the 87XS, will line up in the fourth spot. Starting in fifth in car 5, it's DJ Christie out of Beachville. Starting in sixth from Caledonia, the 0C is Cole McDonald, and lined up in the seventh spot from Interkep, it's Mike Lichty in the 84. And in the eighth and final spot, out of Dunnville, the 46 is Kevin Pauls. All cars will transfer tonight, 8 laps. The distance here in Plastic Auto Recyclers qualifier number 1. So the field lineup looks like we'll see the white flag this time by. We've got a water truck up in corner number 2. They're trying to get across the track. And then we'll be able to get going here in this first qualifier. Dylan Westbrook and Tyler Powless on the front row, as Carter Long atop the Cedar Springs starter stand, ready to cut them loose. 360 sprint cars ready to rip with the first of 3 qualifiers on the night.
I like that Kyle Phillips was pointed to the inside of Dylan Westbrook. He had a plan.
Tyler Powless right up in front of Dylan Westbrook, and boy, that was threading the needle for D-Dubs.
Westbrook crosses him over. Skylar Evans gets both of them almost. Skylar Evans up to the second spot. Phillips into third. Tyler Powless back to fourth.
Dylan Westbrook will lead the lap over Skylar Evans. Kyle Phillips holding down the third spot. Powless now trying to charge back towards the front. He's to the outside of Mike Lichty as they work off of corner number 2.
Lichty does a nice job getting the car settled through 1 and 2 to get a good run down the backstretch. We got one off the track. He'll make it back on. That's Kyle Phillips. He just lost 4 or 5 spots.
This has been a wild qualifying heat here as cars are moving backwards, forwards. Meanwhile, same story at the front as we're used to. Dylan Westbrook checking out on Skylar Evans.
DJ Christie was a winner last week at Merrittville Speedway, trying to find room to get around Tyler Powless. Finally does down in turn number 1. Cole McDonald right there as well in the 0.
3 laps left to go for Westbrook over Evans and Mike Lichty. And then there's this battle right now between Christie, Powless, and Cole McDonald.
Tyler Powell's working the inside through 1 and 2. Cole Powell up a little higher on the track, gets that run down the backstretch. We come to 2 laps to go.
Dylan Westbrook checking out down the backstretch. He'll head through 3 and 4. Give it to the Mobile 1 white flag over Skylar Evans. Same distance back to Mike Lichty, and DJ Christie still trying to get away from Tyler Powless.
Yeah, Powless closing back in that 77. He'll work the inside through 3 and 4. Powless with the advantage at the line.
Over the checkered flag, Dylan Westbrook will pick up the Plastic Auto Recyclers qualifier number 1 over Skylar Evans. Mike Lichty with a nice run in the third spot. Powless and Christie still at it, and at the line, it's going to be Powless taking the spot over DJ Christie. Then it's Cole McDonald, Kyle Phillips, and Kevin Pauls.
Good run for Tyler Powless in that 77 to take that spot. Good crowd on hand tonight. Thanks for coming out to the Big O. A lot of campers already in place for the big World of Outlaws show next Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, speaking of that, Adam, I got wind today that maybe Skylar Evans isn't old enough to race with the Outlaws. Still trying to determine if he can even compete with them this week or not.
Are you kidding?
Not quite 16 yet. You got to be 16 to run with the best. The best in the States, because the best run here every week. We know that. What a great shot we're getting to our viewers at home. The drone team doing an amazing job showing off how gorgeous this place is and how gorgeous the crowd is tonight. I want to welcome everybody from ABATE Associates and HUNSINGERS tonight. Guys, another qualifier ready to go.
Darren Dryden out of Freelton, the 12 double D, will line up on pole. To his outside from Port Colborne in the 5D, it's Jacob Dykstra. Starting in third in car number 90, it's Travis Cunningham from Grimsby and Tricky Nicky. Nick Sheridan out of Mount Bridges in the 45 starts in the 4th spot. Scott Shirk in the 43 will line up 5th. He's from Port Colborne. Then we've got Ashton Van Every in the 70-70 out of Ohsweken starting in the 6th spot. And Glenn Stiers is on the score sheet but not racing tonight, I don't believe. The Ohsweken Flyer in the 0, Glenn Stiers.
Hey, Greg, you want to learn something? Boys' bikes feature a straight high bar down the middle to create a stronger, more rigid triangular frame. Girls' bikes have the drop in that bar. It's a step-through design, historically allowed women to mount, dismount, and ride comfortably while wearing heavy skirts.
Still, it makes no sense.
No, I didn't listen. I just went. We had a good friend went to the Googler.
Anyways.
Dykstra with a good start on the high side. Darren Dryden drives it deep down into 1 and 2, but Dykstra able to hold him off. Nick Sheridan going to throw a big slide job, but the yellow flag comes out. Dykstra might have got a little bit too much of a good start.
That's it, Adam. They called Dykstra by the time they got to 1. 5 was early. He will have to drop back a lane. Quick mention on Glenn Stiers. Had some more shoulder surgery this week, and he is going to have to pull it out for a couple of weeks here. And I don't even know if you heard this, Adam, but we're going to Calabogie for the NASCAR race tomorrow. Do you know who's filling in for Glenn?
I heard a rumor.
Yeah, Jeff Lapsovich is going to roll back behind the road course car and see what they can do tomorrow.
I used to joke with Jeff about being old 12 years ago when he was still racing. He's vintage now.
Second try is a better one here on this start as Nick Sheridan works to the outside of Darren Dryden. Dryden trying to get the launch off the bottom of 2. It won't work. Now here comes Dykstra into the inside of corner number 3. He'll slide up in front of Darren Dryden.
Dryden crosses him back over. Right behind them, Travis Cunningham, Ashton Van Every. Cunningham down on that bottom groove. He's made a living down there. He finds a lot of speed on the bottom of the racetrack in that number 90.
Tricky Nicky out in front. Leading the way, how about Ashton Van Every trying to make some moves there on Travis Cunningham and Jacob Dykstra as they dice back and forth right now running for the 3rd spot.
Cunningham makes some really good videos on YouTube. If you don't follow him, I can't remember what his tag is on YouTube, but did a really interesting one on the cost of going 360 racing.
Nick Sheridan, Darren Dryden running upstairs right now. Meanwhile, Travis Cunningham riding in 3rd, working around the inside line. Ashton Van Every sits in the 4th spot.
Cunningham closing in on Darren Dryden for that 2nd spot. Dryden picked up a 1/10 of a second that lap. As this time by, it'll be 5 laps complete, 3 laps to go.
Nick Sheridan has been marred with troubles this year in that 45. He does have 1 win. It came with the Empire Super Sprints at the end of May. But he's had some weird things happen that have taken him out of races. In fact, had a bolt break just before the start of the feature event and didn't even get to start a feature. So for Nick Sheridan, this has got to feel good. The car is really on a rail here in this qualifier.
2 laps to go, says Carter the starter. Cunningham Custom Engines. If you want to follow him on YouTube, go give him a follow. Cunningham Custom Engines.
With the checkered flag, Nick Sheridan out of Mount Bridges, Ontario will pick up the Plastic Auto Recycler qualifying win. Over Darren Dryden, Travis Cunningham, Ashton Van Every in 4th. And then it's going to be Jacob Dykstra and Scott Shirk completing the running order. 2 in the books and 1 more to go for our 360 sprint cars. And then we'll head to our autograph time as all the qualifying will be completed.
This racetrack has changed a lot, Greg, from what they started with tonight. It looks to really be slicking off out there.
Third and final qualifier coming out onto the racetrack off of corner number 3 on the pole for this one. In the 77X, it's the Six Nations sensation, Alex Hill. To the outside from Dunville in the 15, it's Ryan Turner. Lining up 3rd from Tilsonburg, the 39 is Corey Turner. And going 4th out of Beamsville, the 88H is Josh Hansen. Starting in 5th from Ohsweken, the 68 is Aaron Turkey. Rolling off in the 6th spot in the 28K out of Port Lambton, it's Tate O'Leary. And in the 7th spot from Wilsonville, the 94X is Scott Hull.
Hey, yo.
You had to have your mic on, so that was a little
It was
closer,
delayed.
a little tighter there. Come on.
Beggars can't be choosers, Calner.
The third and final qualifier, and then we'll move to our autograph session. Great crowd on hand tonight for our Friday night excitement, brought to you by Hunsingers and ABATE and Associates.
We've still got the crate B main, right, before the autographs?
Okay, yeah. I saw the cars lining up, and I thought that was it. But you're right. Crate B main.
Bob and Rose probably been calling them
You're
since
right.
Wednesday.
You're right.
Oh, that had to hurt.
One more. You're right once in a while.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Still got a better looking face than you.
I don't have quite that high a success rate. I meant to be heard, Greg, not seen.
Ready to go with this final qualifier. Carter, the starter, atop the Cedar Springs starter stand, turns them loose, and they'll race down into 1.
Man, our 4th place starters sure are starting aggressively out there. Josh Hansen drives to the middle of the Turner brothers. Ryan Turner gets out in front. Corey Turner stuck to the bottom, as he has been a lot this season.
That car has had tremendous speed here in 2026. Corey Turner in that Mobile 1, number 39. Tucks back in behind Ryan Turner as they duke it out here for the lead off of corner 4. At the line, Corey's got it back.
Ryan led by 100th of a second the first lap. Corey's lead, 100th of a second the second lap.
Good to see Ryan Turner with some good speed here in this qualifier. He struggled as of late in that number 15 machine, but looking like the Ryan Turner of old that we're used to see riding at the front.
Oh, you're absolutely right. What a great battle between the brothers. Josh Hansen about half a straightaway behind, but if they get mixing it up a little bit more, Hansen will be able to close in and make this a real battle as we're halfway through the sprint car qualifier.
The power that Corey Turner seems to get off the corner is just unreal compared to some of the other drivers, especially come feature time. That's where he's been getting the good finishes this year. He keeps picking away right now at Ryan Turner.
Now Corey goes up the racetrack. Ryan Turner going down to the line. His brother uses a little bit more. Corey going to go up to the middle of the racetrack, try to make that work.
Every lane is available here tonight. Great job by the track crew preparing this racing surface, and it's allowing us to see this battle go back and forth. Ryan Turner holding on right now over Corey.
Corey going to drive to the inside in 3 and 4. A little tighter to the bottom than his brother.
And a slower car in front in Tate O'Leary coming to the checkered flag. Final time through 3 and 4.
I think Corey got into the dirty air of his brother in 1 and 2, and that really hurt him. Ryan Turner going to take the win over Corey Turner. Josh Hansen finishes 3rd. Aaron Turkey comes home in the 4th spot over Alex Hill and Tate O'Leary.
So that concludes Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack merchandising qualifying heats, and as Adam mentioned, there is one race left to go, one qualifier, the last chance qualifier for our Strickland Brantford Chevrolet Crate Sprint Car Division.
12 cars scheduled to start. 8 cars will transfer to tonight's feature event. Here's how they're going to line up. Thank you, Doug. On the pole from Brantford, the 88R is Riley Mercer. Alongside him at a Cambridge, it's Connor Ross in the 44. Starting 3rd from Caledonia, it's Logan Ferguson in the 89L. To his outside out of Baden, the 2 is Travis Hofstetter. 5th from Ohsweken, the 9C is Brian Nanakoke. 6th out of Hagersville, the 24K is Kiana Teal. 7th from Hagersville, the 36 is Jeremy May. 8th from Cortland, it's Tom Palazzari in the 5. Starting 9th from Burford, the 22X is Brandon Sobeski. 10th from Thorold is Tyler LaFantasy in the 96. 11th out of St. George, the 69K is Ken Hamilton. Rounding out the field is the 77 of Matt Boyce.
So this is the final qualifier of the night.
'Tis so. A couple of red and white cars make up row number 1.
Quick announcement, there's a phone that has been found under the grandstands. If that is your phone that you're missing, go to the 50/50 booth in the concession area. We have found a phone.
Brandon Zabeski a little bit late getting pushed off. He'll take his place at the tail end of the field. 12 laps the distance in these crate sprint B mains. Connor Ross has a fun tradition going on this year, Greg. He doesn't want to run the same nose wing 2 weeks in a row. We're starting to buy them in bulk.
Through the WG Truck Center start zone they go. Coming to the green flag in the last chance qualifier. Top 8 go on to the main event.
Good clean start down into 1 and 2. The front row gets a little checked up. Riley Mercer goes around with a little bit of help from Logan Ferguson.
That puts us under the Dixieland Grill caution flag. Kenny U-Pull push truck team will be there quickly to give them push as we take a look at the replay on the Creekside Construction video board.
Riley Mercer lost his forward grip. Connor Ross looked like he did a little bit as well, but you've got to be able to stay off the rear bumper of the car in front of you. Logan Ferguson just hit it enough to knock him around, and thankfully Riley Mercer did not get into the wall. But he will have to drop to the back of this one.
So we'll try that all over again.
And Logan Ferguson's penalty as he gets to start on the pole.
Just like I planned it.
Right?
So some work now for Riley Mercer starting at the back. Needs to get into the top 8. Logan Ferguson, Connor Ross will bring us back to the green flag.
Slow, even start. They work down the front straightaway into turn number 1, side by side through 1 and 2. Wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Ross edges out ahead. Looks like he's going to move to the bottom of the racetrack, take away Ferguson's line.
Connor Ross leads lap 1 over Logan Ferguson. Travis Hofstetter working the outside line on both these drivers, trying to get an advantage off of corner number 2. Logan Ferguson, though, got a good run off the bottom.
Really did. Travis Hofstetter as well, making some gains on the high side as they'll race off of turn number 4. Three-way battle for the top spot.
Connor Ross now has company as Travis Hofstetter works to the outside of him. They'll go wheel to wheel down into corner number 3. This is the battle for the top spot in the last chance qualifier for the Great Sprints.
Side by side down the front stretch. Ross maintains that lead. Hofstetter got around him, but Ross led at the stripe. Hofstetter getting a real good run off of turn 2.
Connor Ross still committed to that inside line. Hofstetter working the outside as he'll continue to lead. Well, lead that lap rather over Connor Ross. Logan Ferguson holding down 3rd.
Man, Hofstetter's impressive off of turn number 2. Gets a great run off the exit of that corner. Let's scan back. Roddy Mercer struggling a little bit to get through traffic.
Travis Hofstetter leading the way over Connor Ross. Then it's Logan Ferguson, Brian Nanico, Kiana Teal, Tom Pellizzari, Jeremy May, and Tyler LaFantasy holds down that final transfer spot. So Ken Hamilton, along with Matt Boyes, Riley Mercer, and Brandon Sebeski have to do some work here to get into the main event.
Holding halfway through, 6 laps in, 6 laps to go. Lots can still happen out there. LaFantasy goes up the racetrack. Jeremy May down low. Ken Hamilton about 12 car lengths behind the 96, so he's got a lot of ground still to make up.
Good 3-car battle right now going on, so we watch from the drone. Now off of corner number 2, they work. Brian Anakoke in the center of this one.
Close quarters racing down through 3 and 4 as the yellow flag comes out. Tyler LaFantasy, who was in a transfer spot, goes around in turn number 2. It looks like, is that fluid under the engine compartment?
Yeah, it looks like it there.
Whether he spit a rad hose or...
The one time I go to try and use the telestrator, it didn't work. There we go. Why didn't it work for me?
I have the magic fingers, Greg.
Spencer revoked my telestrator privileges after X's and O's there.
It's possible that's just a little bit of excess. When the engine quit, the water will actually get a little hotter in the rad, so it could be if they push him back off and he gets going, it'll be fine.
Kenny U-Pull push truck team will get him going again. That was a look from the backstretch camera there at the spin by Tyler LaFantasy.
Someone had to go off the track on the outside behind him. Was that Matt Boyce? Big opportunity for Matt Boyce. Riley Mercer. Ken Hamilton's going to move up to the 8th spot. We use a restart cone for the crate sprint cars. That's being run out to the front stretch right now. They have to go to the right side of the cone. You can't pass before you get to the cone. He's going to give them a little more room. He's pulled the cone back. Travis Hofstetter in that number 2 out of Baden, going to lead the way.
Back they go through the WG Truck Center restart zone to Carter Long's green flag.
Ross got a good start. He'll slide up in front of the number 2 of Hofstetter, and they'll race wheel to wheel down the backstretch. Ross going to open up some advantage. Who's got that 8th spot?
Brian Anacoke's going to thread the needle by. Kiana Teal looking for the 2nd spot on Hofstetter. Good battle here in the top 4.
Now Hofstetter goes down to the middle of the racetrack. Brian Nanakoke goes to the inside. Kiana Teal down low. Ross to the inside of Hofstetter. There's some heavy battling for a B-main race, but these drivers getting after it. Kiana Teal making a late race charge.
Puts to the inside of Connor Ross. Now Travis Hofstetter goes around in front of the field, and that will bring us back into the Dixieland Grill caution flag.
Even though Hofstetter kept that 2-car rolling, he is going to have to go to the back of the back. And Greg, it's the only thing, if there's a can-do, can't-do in a B-main, the can't-do is you can't spin out while you're in a transfer spot. You can race hard, you can do a lot of things, but don't put yourself in harm's way. And I think if Hofstetter had that lap to do back again, he might approach it a little bit differently, but he's got to get up on the wheel here. He needs to get up into the 8th spot. He's got 3 laps to do it.
You kind of proved he can do it.
I hope I'm not throwing the announcer curse here at Matt Boyce, but he's sitting in that 8th spot, looking very comfortable so far, and only his 2nd race, guys, which would be a big deal to qualify for this one.
No, for sure it is. This will be a challenge for Matt Boyce, because if you're Ken Hamilton behind him, Tyler LaFantasy, at which point you have to go where the others don't. You want to run your fastest line, but at the same time, you have to go where the competition does not go. Connor Ross in the shop. Brighton Speedway, number 44, bringing them back to the restart zone. Hammer down. We're back under green.
Kiana Teal working the inside line with Brian Nanakoke in tow. Look at Travis Hofstetter at the back, picks off a couple of cars, trying to work his way back into the top 8.
Good move by Travis Hofstetter. He knew he had to act quickly, and he did. At the front, Kiana Teal giving Connor Ross all he can handle right now. Teal down low. Brian Nanakoke right there in the battle as well.
It's been one of the raciest B mains we've seen in a while here in this crate sprint car division. Mobile 1 white flag is out. Final time for Kiana Teal out in front.
She continues to lead the way. Who's going to finish in that 8th spot? Travis Hostetter gets around Matt Boyes. It's going to be a drag race down the backstretch at the front of the field. Kiana Teal is going to win this B main. Second to Connor Ross, Brian Nanico, Jeremy May, Tom Pellizzari, Logan Ferguson, Riley Mercer, with Travis Hofstetter getting that 8th and final transfer spot. The night is over for Matt Boyes, Ken Hamilton, Tyler LaFantasy, and Brandon Sebeski.
So that will conclude all of our qualifying. Getting ready now for autograph time. We'll be back on GeForce TV.
Kenny Hupel offers customers the opportunity to remove parts in our self-service yards at a fraction of the manufacturer's price. With new makes and models arriving daily, our yards are constantly restocked with new inventory. We aren't a typical auto parts yard. Open 7 days a week. Yes, even on Sundays. Our organized yards offer a seamless customer experience. Visit a Kenny Hupel yard near you today.
For over 80 years, Libro Credit Union has been a trusted financial partner, strengthening financial well-being. And through change, uncertainty, and opportunity, we've stood by you and with you. Join the nearly 120,000 Ontarians and over 12,000 local businesses choosing Libro, not just for banking, but for a better future. Bank local, support local, loyal to local.
Looking for a new race or cargo trailer? Welcome to Kemp Motorsports. Kemp Motorsports specializes in top quality race and cargo trailers from United, Wells Cargo, and Hallmark. From our best-selling Rev Series up to custom 53-foot goosenecks and stackers. We have a huge selection in stock or ready to custom order. With top brands, great selection, and over 30 years experience, stop by and see why Kemp Motorsports is your #1 race trailer dealer. Find us online at kempmotorsports.ca.
For over 40 years, Patco Transportation, together with Encore Transportation, has helped move business across North America. Based in Ayr, Ontario, with a second terminal in Dalton, Georgia, this family-owned company is built on experience, reliability, and service. Patco Transportation, your LTL, truckload, and special events carrier.
After World War II, my grandfather was diagnosed with cancer, and our neighbors guided my father through his first few years after my grandfather died. This year will be my father's 50th crop. He always reminds me that without the help of our neighbors, there would never have been a first. My name is Randy. I'm a farmer, and I make the best damn tractors in the world because I owe it to my neighbors.
Case IH, built by farmers.
Scan this QR code now for the best deal on Total Wash. Get the famous wash kit that includes 2 bottles of our revolutionary touchless wash, a foam cannon to efficiently coat any vehicle, and now an extra 3 free bottles of wash. But only at the QR code on the bottom left. This stuff melts the toughest mud and grime off your tractors, ATVs, and even heavy machinery. Thousands of people, from racers to landscapers, are loving Total Wash. So what are you waiting for? Scan the QR code now so you don't miss this exclusive offer.
At WG Truck Center, we fix trucks. We don't just change parts. Maintenance, repairs, frame straightening, and custom builds. Everything happens right here. A high-performance team focused on serving local Canadian business, always looking to add talent to make us even better. Need parts? Need a rig? Need services? The local shop that does it all. WG Truck Center. Everything you need for your diesel truck.
For almost a decade, Ackland Insurance has proudly supported Ohsweken Speedway. 2026. The Ackland Insurance Top Gun Award continues to reward speed, paying cash to the fastest sprint car drivers in each timed hot lap group. Cars are lined up on the front stretch, getting ready for our fan appreciation autograph session here at Ohsweken Speedway. Greg Kellman, along with Adam Ross. Clinton Jeffrey is down track side, and this is our second of our 3 Fan Fest Series nights of the year. And on top of the autograph session, those championship belts are back on the line. Jeff Elslager and Ryan Beagle were the champions in the first round of the Fan Fest Series, so they'll go back on the line here tonight. Busy week coming up. We'll have a look at the Carmen's Group upcoming events board as we head into 2 of our biggest races of the year. Next Tuesday, July the 21st, it's night number 1 of the Six Nations Showdown featuring the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series plus the Late Model Open. Night number 2 on Wednesday, July 22nd, World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series plus the UMP versus Canadian Modifieds. And, of course, we know drivers like Christopher Bell from NASCAR, along with Stuart Friesen from the Truck Series, Ryan Newman making his first World of Outlaws start, and also Kenny Schrader and Kenny Wallace will be here to compete in the late models and modifieds, all coming up next Tuesday and Wednesday. OhswekenSpeedway.ca for ticket information. And then we'll take next Friday off, so there is no racing here. Powwow weekend next week here at Ohsweken Speedway, but we'll return with Friday night excitement on July the 31st. So big week ahead with the World of Outlaws coming in and some NASCAR superstars as well. Still tickets available for next week's shows.
I can't believe we're that close to the end of July. Kind of blows my mind.
The back half of the season is already upon us. Mm-hmm. Good to see our Outlaw Kart racers out there as well for tonight's autograph session down towards corner number 1. They race on Thursday nights. Of course, we broadcast that live here on G-Force TV. And a good number of them here tonight to take part in this autograph session. So cars still getting lined up down on the racing surface. Great crowd on hand here tonight, brought to you by Hunsingers and ABATE and Associates. And I'll tell you what, for a regular Friday night show, this is a pretty solid crowd, and we saw that for the first autograph session night as well. That was a big success, and in the first time that we'd had an autograph session since before the pandemic. So the fans have spoken. They like the autograph time, and we worked the show around a little bit, changed our qualifying process on these nights to keep the show moving. But I think it's important that these drivers have a chance to make some fans, meet some fans, and it's important for the fans to have access to the drivers and make those connections as well from a fan standpoint. Also, with all the sponsors on all of these race cars, you know, if you're looking for any sort of service in a certain industry or what have you, try and support those that are supporting your favorite drivers.
100%, Greg.
There's a driver there. Well, we lost it there. But Jamie Collard down there. There he is. There's Jamie Collard. He's had plenty of wins in the sprint cars over the year. And we lost a good 360 sprint car driver when he wasn't able to drive anymore. We miss Jamie Collard out there. He used to drive the Hills number 7. Looks like he's still ready to go, does he not?
And I don't know that I saw many of his wins at all. That was a period when I had gone away.
His first one was with Ballantine Racing down at Humberstone Speedway. I believe it was with the Patriot Sprint Tour, and that was a huge win at that time because the Ballantines, you know, not huge dollar team by any stretch of the imagination. They were always great supporters of the Southern Ontario Sprints and sprint car racing here in Ontario, and Jamie picked up that first win, and that really catapulted him. There you see Mike Thorne down there signing some autographs, a new dad. Wonder how much sleep Mike's getting right now.
He says they've got a real good sleeper. And I said, that's how it goes with the first one. And then you have another one.
Yeah, exactly. I told them, wait until they start talking back to you. Then it's not as much fun anymore.
No, that's for sure.
We have an iguana on the racing surface as well, but fans now able to get out onto the racetrack and meet their favorite driver. And looks like we have some vehicles that need to be moved. And what we'll do, we'll take a quick break here on G-Force TV, and when we return, we'll continue with our autograph session and some driver features.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Whether you're looking to make a top cash sale for your used car, want to buy a previously owned vehicle, or need parts for your current car, Kenny U-Pull is the place to visit. Join us and our community of car part pullers in giving a second life to all vehicles while saving you a ton of money. Visit a Kenny U-Pull yard near you today.
For over 80 years, Libro Credit Union has been a trusted financial partner. Today, as a 100% Canadian-owned credit union, we offer all the products and services you'd expect from a traditional bank, but with a personal, community-focused approach, investing back into the people, local businesses, and communities we serve. Bank local, support local, loyal to local.
We're blowing away the competition. Get ready to meet the most effective touchless wash on the market. And when we say touchless, we mean touchless. This stuff handles your dirtiest vehicles with zero scrubbing required. No matter the vehicle, Total Wash has got you covered. And right now, only at the QR code below, you can snag 3 free bottles of wash when you purchase our foam cannon kit. The kit comes with everything you need to make cleaning a breeze. So don't miss your chance to try this revolutionary wash system for yourself.
Built for a smoother, smarter, simpler season. Built to break new ground every time you break ground. Built for a higher quality harvest. Built to protect your crops with precision, while giving you precision control in the palm of your hand. With a local service network built to keep you running. Everything Case IH makes is purposefully designed to work on your farm. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Back at Ohsweken Speedway on G-Force TV, fans getting to meet their favorite drivers. There's the angry chicken down trackside.
Okay, he does look a little sinister.
A little nefarious, I would say.
That chicken has a bad attitude.
There you go, Josh Shantz. I got the word nefarious in. He challenged me to get the word in, so there you go. I got it in. Well, we've got some features that took place during the preseason. Our very own Adam Ross likes to be on camera, so we've got some questions that we posed to the drivers, and this question tonight was, what makes a good driver compared to a great driver?
What separates a good race car driver from a great race car driver?
Time in the shop. You know, there's people that are really good and can get in the car, but there's only a certain amount of people that can fix if they end up breaking it. So I think being a good driver and being a good driver with, you know, wrenches in your hands is a totally different thing.
Being able to get through adversity. Someone that knows their car inside and out.
Being able to make decisions quickly, because when you're going 100 plus miles an hour, inches away from other cars, you need to make decisions quickly, and that's where some drivers shine.
Confidence. The ability to make a bad car fast.
I think it's consistency on different racetracks, being consistently good at different places, and just not only winning one race, but winning multiple at different times and track states.
Patience. I mean, I've seen a lot of people that can drive a car fast, but being able to slow it down a little bit when you need to and not put yourself in a sticky spot.
Taking the highs and the lows, exactly. Like, that's exactly what it is. Taking the lows is you go back at it next week and try to do better, and taking the highs is not getting too high and always remembering there's another race.
Way they handle adversity, I guess.
get caught up with a guy and get mad at him, or you can move on and just put it in your back pocket.
The lack of mistakes. You know, you can be fast all night long. You make that one big mistake and you're done. If you can put a whole night together and calm down on your mistakes with speed, I believe it was Michael Schumacher said it the best. You have to drive your car at 100% and not over that. Your ability of your car. You go over 100%, you wipe out.
I think commitment. Working on a car, preparing your car, doing your homework. That really, like they say, racing is one in the shop.
Time in the shop. There's a lot of people that go and race just to drive the car. A great race car driver knows the ins and outs of their car. They did everything to it. They know what changes what. Like if you're changing something on the car, how it'll change on the track, how it'll feel. Like if you can put it down on that left rear, it's all about what you know.
I think seeing ahead, like knowing what you're up against and not just blasting in, and kind of a little bit of patience, but still knowing what you're doing.
Probably the work they put in when you're not at the racetrack, how the attention to detail and the work you put in week to week.
There's some that just do things on the track without even thinking about it. And I think that's the difference. So it's just second nature almost. They go here, make that lane change, don't, whatever. They just seem to find the way.
Seat time. Great race car drivers, I'd say, like they don't burn any bridges anywhere they go. They're respected everywhere they go. There's a lot of really good race car drivers that maybe aren't that, level of greatness. And then I think there's those guys that are great, those Christopher Bells and stuff, where, every shop that they leave a good impression. So.
I personally think you can have drivers that are really, really good on the racetrack, but I think some of the great race car drivers really understand the behind the scenes and on the race car. I think that's very important. A driver knowing what's under his seat and throughout his race car is super important for speed, I think.
Taking the chance when there's not one, like going into the corner and sliding up and not knowing if you're going to pass them or not, right? And taking the risk. And when it's there and the opening's there, you take it. You don't hesitate.
In the end, I think everybody's got the same heart and mentality to racing. So in the end, I do believe a lot of it is money.
I think a good race car driver is one that can run well and respects what he's in. A great race car driver can run phenomenal and never wrecks anything.
I think just, being there on all ends, you want to understand the car. Like me, I don't necessarily work on the car as much as most guys, but I understand what to do to the setup to gain and get more speed next time we hit the track, and having that communication with your team. If you're just going to come out of the car and not relay what the car is going to do or what it has done, you're not going to get anywhere, and you're just going to be out there turning laps, and you're probably going to frustrate your team. So that's what I've always tried to put myself forward is, maybe I'm not working on the car, but I'm able to understand the setup and what direction we should go, and kind of being able to, bounce back and forth with knowledge of our mechanics.
Disposition, like the way you carry yourself, and on and off the track, and obviously not driving into people on the regular helps.
Some interesting answers there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I enjoyed the whole process this winter. Got a lot of interesting thoughts from our drivers at every level. There's a term we need to stop using, I think, in racing, and that is entry level. There's really no such thing anymore, because there's people who race in Thunder stocks forever, mini stocks forever. Yep. It's just where you choose to land, and they take it just as seriously.
You're not wrong. That pains me to say it, but
yeah, I bet it does.
Great-looking crowd down trackside, getting to meet their favorite drivers here at Ohsweken Speedway as we continue on with Fan Fest night number 2 of the season and those beautiful championship belts. If you weren't here on our first Fan Fest night, Jeff Elslager took home the gold in the first night for the mini stocks, and it was Ryan Beagle that had the belt on night number 1 for the Thunder stocks. Those are back on the line here tonight, as well as the bounty on the heads of Dave Bailey and Ryan Beagle, and they've so far been able to fight off all attempts to beat them.
And it's been so exciting. Like, it hasn't been easy by any stretch.
some drivers have come in and given them a run for their money. Brock Gregory a couple of weeks ago came the closest within 2 laps. Ron Logie really had a good run last Friday night as well, and it's been interesting to say the least with the Bounty, and also for Dylan Westbrook. He's trying to hold off the field as there's a $10,000 bounty on his head as well. And if you're new to Ohsweken Speedway, all this bounty talk, you may wonder what's this all about. Well, these drivers in the Thunderstocks, Dave Bailey in the 49 and the 84 RK of Ryan Beagle, have basically not been beaten since last year, and they just go back and forth and seem to see who's on top each week between those two drivers. So some fans and sponsors put up money and said if anyone can beat Dave or Ryan, then it's an extra $8,500 was the original bounty on both of those drivers. And then with Dylan Westbrook in the 360 sprint cars, who dominates most nights. He has well over 100 wins now in 360 sprints, well over 50 alone right here at Ohsweken Speedway. There's a $10,000 bounty on his head if any driver can beat him. And it's been pretty close. Darren Dryden came oh so close. He could smell it last week. But Dylan Westbrook's been up for the challenge each and every week.
And how about Corey Turner a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, so close. And when you get that close to being able to get that big payday, man, you just want to come back the next week and do it again. See Dylan Westbrook down there signing some autographs for some young fans.
I'm just watching the crowds of people. That's so cool. I mean, that was always the biggest part for me going to the races, was being able to walk through the pits afterwards.
Yeah, we've missed that over the last number of years, not having an autograph session. And when you're done by 10:30, 11 o'clock on a Friday night, it's usually too late for the kids to get over there and get up close and see these race cars. So great opportunity for fans, young and old, really.
So the session is winding down. I believe we're down to the last 10 minutes or so. So if you've gotten the autographs you want to get, we would welcome you to go back up into the grandstands.
There we see Jesse Costa's D&O Towing number 52 down there. He picked up the win last week for the Action Sprint Tour, tuned by Matco Tools. And what a return for that series last week with a couple of races, also down at Buxton Speedway on Saturday night, where a good car count came out down there, 21 cars on hand for that, so that was great.
Yeah, that's a really good show. That was the one race on the calendar that I was a little concerned with for getting support, because that's a long way. If you're a Can-Am regular or a Brockville regular, that is a long drive.
But some of them made the trip down there, and turned out to be a great night at Buxton.
I don't know who else had problems. I think Al Slate had some issues. I know Connor Ross had issues. The number of race teams that were not working on their own cars during that show, they were over helping other people get back on the track. I think there were 3 teams that needed some help, and everybody pitched in to do what needed to be done. That was really cool. And to hear some people, are you in the chat groups, Greg? I know you're in them. You just quietly lurk like a creep.
I mute every group I'm in.
Well, that's they appreciate it. But it is neat to see people who come from other divisions and other forms of racing and say, this is really cool to have this kind of support, and people lend a hand when a hand is needed.
Especially on the road as well. It might be a little different on a Friday night, but when you're traveling to different tracks and you're kind of the touring show, you see that with teams helping one another out.
And that's a great shot. Keegan Baker and Campbell Baker. Campbell had a really good run at Buxton. In fact, I was talking to Terry Baker this week, and he said Campbell was coming. He was going to get around Keegan if they had some more laps.
That's a fast track down at Buxton Speedway. Since it's been redesigned, and what a redesign it was. It went from the old D-shaped track to what it is today, more like Ohsweken.
Yeah, the Marchers are trying to make it happen down there. They have a rabid fan base, which is the best thing about it, and probably the worst thing about it also. because people have their ideas of how everything should be, and sometimes when you get new blood, they got to make some changes. So can we talk about the My Race Pass fantasy?
I'm not doing well tonight, I'll tell you that.
Picks.
You better be holding up our end here.
What do you mean you're not doing well? Nothing has been tallied yet.
Well, when your drivers haven't made it to the A-Main.
So Greg has won. I think I won the first week.
No, I won the first, you won the second, and then I've won everyone since.
Well, there's the Hunsinger patriarch right now wandering in. Hi, Ray. Thanks for sponsoring tonight. Thanks for inviting all of your friends. Look at the crowd you brought out here. I don't know how Dave can be so miserable when Ray's always so happy. Yin and yang, though, I suppose. I shouldn't pick on Dave so much. He's a great guy.
Yeah, last week I took a lot of pleasure in the fact that I said, okay, I'll take Connor this week, and you don't pick him for a change to see if you could win, and then I still beat you.
Yeah.
That was great.
I'm hustling you. You just wait. The minute I say, hey, want to play this for money?
No, thanks. I'm out.
How do you measure that kid for a helmet? I mean, his head is one thing, and his hair is 3 feet in both directions. Wait a second. He just signed an autograph for his brother. Did you see that? He passed that card to his brother.
Wait till they watch this later.
I don't doubt it.
Oh, Dave Hunsinger has asked that we ask the fans to start making their way back to the seating area.
You know what we should do? We should get Dave to come on the PA and talk like he does to the drivers.
Yeah.
And the fans will start jumping the fence.
We're not going to take this anymore. Did you see him down there talking to the angry chicken? I wanted to know which one was angrier.
Look there's the gun show, ladies and gentlemen. George, what does he do with the sleeves from his shirt? I hope they get donated to something.
Glad your shirts all have sleeves.
Right?
The chicken was my dad. The chicken was your dad? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that does explain the angriness. That's barely a shirt.
And they gave me, you were here when I got my gun show shirt.
Yes.
They're a little disappointed I haven't worn it to the track, but generally I don't wear a shirt to the track if that driver is racing there. So I've worn it to pavement races.
Well, guys, if I could jump in, we'd like to ask everybody to move back to the grandstand, start moving back to the grandstand area, please, so we can get the race underway. We still have 4 races to go, so we ask everybody, please move your way back to the grandstand and we can get things cleaned up and get rolling again. Don't forget, we still have our costume contest coming up right after the Thunderstock feature. So if you can, please move to the grandstand.
We'll take another quick break here on G-Force TV, and we'll be back. Feature time still to come.
This summer, there is only one way to celebrate. Victory Mist, redefining celebration.
Raw horsepower, built on dirt. This is the world of outlaws.
The greatest show on dirt.
Crossing the border to Ohsweken Speedway, July 21st and 22nd.
Christopher David Bell. He's 4 years old. What have you started?
Oh, Christopher Bell is taking the lead. What a finish! He's done it again! Bell has driven to victory again. How about that? That check is for $1 million.
When every mile matters, where will your journey take you?
When it's planned properly, a renovation feels easy. Everything's decided in your space. You see it, you're sure, and you move forward. The work flows, the details land, and it comes together without the back and forth. That's how we do it at Blue Canoe. Clear process, quality work, done right.
Lockhart's Odyssey is BRP's newest marine dealer for the legendary Alumacraft fishing boats, the luxurious Manitous, and the affordable Sea-Doo Switch pontoons. Come aboard our new outdoor showroom, located here in Cortland at Lockhart's Odyssey, your BRP superstore.
Back at Ohsweken, feature winners aren't the only ones taking home extra cash. Thanks to J&E Towing, Huffman Restorations, and Eco Fire Protection, Hard Charger Awards are presented at the end of each feature to the driver who gains the most positions on race night. Back at Ohsweken Speedway, fan appreciation session wrapping up as everyone heading back to their seats, and we'll get things kicked off in just a moment with our Insta-Insulation mini stock feature event. That will be 15 laps here tonight, followed by the Middleport Mechanical Thunder Stocks. It'll be the first time we've seen them since hot laps. All cars qualified, so they did not need a last chance qualifier. 20 laps for them, and then the Crate Sprints brought to you by Strickland Brantford Chevrolet. 20 laps, and we'll conclude tonight with the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. 25 laps for them here tonight. Again, want to thank the good folks at HUNSINGERS and ABATE and Associates for sponsoring tonight's racing event here on our Fan Fest Series number 2 night. We still have our Halloween in July costume contest to take place, as Clint said, at the end of the Thunderstock feature event here tonight. Where did you go, Adam? Just stretch your legs? Or?
I went to see some friends. Have you ever done that?
I was going to say, do you even have any?
You wouldn't think so, if you're as miserable as you are. I'm very friendly to some people, Greg.
People just humor you, Adam.
Well, that could be. No, Rob and Kate are here for the first time ever. Hopefully having a great time. They told me they were, but they might have just been being polite. I don't even want to know what you're...
You don't. You don't at all. Oh, there's the Cookie Monster. Cars headed back to the pit area. The mini stocks are already lined up in order for their feature event here tonight. See them up against the outside wall there.
That's a good idea.
Worked out for our first fan appreciation night. I want to thank all the drivers and crews that come out and take part in this, and many of them, you know, they purchase autograph cards. They have candies and snacks and other things that they give away. So thanks to the teams, and thank them as well last week for Bike Night. It's always well supported as well by the teams.
So 65 bicycles were given away last week. That's a pretty impressive number, I think.
Yeah.
Most of them donated by the race teams, and then later in the year they have backpack night for going back to school. I would imagine, Greg, there are fans here at Ohsweken Speedway who have never bought a backpack because they've been here every year for backpack night.
Yeah, that's true.
Guys, we actually decided to do backpack night earlier this year because we were doing it the last night, and most parents would have bought stuff for the kids. So we moved it up a couple weeks so we can figure out, we can give the kids the supplies, and then the parents can buy what they still need instead of ending up with 2 backpacks.
You are always thinking. Clinton, do you know what's going on with Brett Stratford and the fan that's here from New Brunswick?
I've heard the story. Why don't you tell it?
I was kind of hoping you knew the story. Stony is in the name, because when I saw a post about it, I thought they were talking about something to do with Stony Creek, but someone has flown all the way from New Brunswick because they're a big Brett Stratford fan and wanted to see him race. So the name is written in like tire marker on the front wing of that car. Spencer, we got a drone out there. They've got to find the 39 car. It's being pushed back to the pits right now. and get the name that's on the wing. So fly down. It's right in turn number 1. Don't you? There you go. See that, Greg? Don't you laugh. See the name that's written in pen? Can you zoom in on that front wing, the nose wing?
He doesn't want much, does he?
You're getting a little
Listen, they're doing
asky.
They're doing exactly what I requested. So everyone except the 2 of you donkeys are on board with this little project. Yeah.
I want to send a shout out to the fans for getting up in the grandstands that quick. That's how we pull this off. Our fans are awesome. We are cleared and ready to go here. And we're just about ready to fire up the mini stocks. I don't know if the truck needs one more break here to clear us, but we are ready to go racing here in a moment's time. He says, no, we're going to stick it out. Let's show you my buggy here then. We've got to thank Lockhart's here for all they do to get us this gorgeous buggy down here. Has everything we need for it. It helps the TV crew get set up, helps us chase wrecks and find out whatever we need to do. But this gorgeous Can-Am Defender from our friends at Lockhart's are awesome. It's been amazing. They also hook up our Race Med crew with one. And these vehicles help us get a lot more done. So thank you, Lockhart's, for everything you do for us. We definitely appreciate it.
Hey, Clint, can you list some of the things that you get done because you have that? I'm just curious because I've been here for a while. And you still just do what you've always done.
Okay, let me put it this way. The TV crew gets a lot done with this buggy. Before and after the races, I just drive around and make it look as best I can. But actually, we put out the safety lights with it. We do lots of stuff with it. It's just a great tool to have, and it will be my vehicle for the next week as we get ready. How about it, guys? You got Ryan Newman, you got Christopher Bell, you got Stuart Friesen, you got Kenny Wallace, you got Kenny Schrader. It's going to be a wild night up here Tuesday and Wednesday. Hopefully you can all be with us. How about a hand, fans, for all our great drivers and yourself for getting that autograph session done. That was amazing. We appreciate it, and we are ready to go. Guys, why don't you give us the starting lineup for the mini stock race ready to come. The belts are on the line.
You know, and just before we do that, I want to say, Bill Pearsall, we're thinking of you. We look forward to seeing you back at the track. We know you've got things going on at home, and we wish the very best to your lovely wife.
Creative Edge Signs and Graphics starting lineup for the Instant Insulation Mini Stocks. This is how they'll line up on the pole out of Waterford. The 46 is Mark Thorne. To his outside from Welland in the 9C, it's Connor Chambers. Lining up third out of Port Colborne, the 2EZ is John Lubeck. And going in the fourth spot, the 99R, Ryan Farrington out of Waterford. Lining up fifth in car number 1, Jason Tolton from Guelph. In the sixth spot from Caledonia, the 17K is Spencer Riddell. Seventh spot from Waterford, car number 4 is Wade Thorne. To his outside, the 23 of Dusty DeBoer from Hagersville starts in 8th. Going 9th is Alexander Klotz. He's from St. George in the 26. Tristan De Silva in the 01 starts 10th. He's from Waterdown. In the 11th spot, the 6X is Mike Sarantakos out of Smithville. And from Beachville, the 55 is Craig Cole going in 12th. In the 13th spot, the defending champ in car number 9, Tim DeBoer out of York. And his outside from Brantford, the 44 is Doug Erskine going 14th. 15th from St. Catharines, the 4A is Mason Anderson with the 5K of Ken Hare out of Niagara Falls in the 16th spot. 17th position belongs to Nick Erskine, the 64 out of Brantford. And to the outside, the 18th starting position, he's the one that has the belt right now. The 11E is Jeff Elslinger out of Linden. Starting in the 19th spot from St. Catharines, the 17 is Alex Riley, and Rodney Rutherford out of Waterdown makes a rear start here in car number 5, the 20th spot. 21st, John Jansen's out of the B main. He'll be from Woodstock in the 66, and in the 22nd starting position out of Stratford, the 54 of Christopher French. 23rd position from Waterdown, the 12 of Mark Allen. Race Meyer out of Tilsonburg in the 93R goes 24th. 25th, the 11, the pinball, Mike Giberson from Caledonia. And going 26, Randy Allway from St. Anne's in the 43J. 27th spot is Crystal Souls out of Hamilton, the 81D, and the 10J of Seth Reneveld out of Hagersville goes in the 28th spot. Hunsinger flags aboard the Strickland Pace truck as this Instant Insulation mini stock field paces around the Speedway, getting ready for our first of 4 feature events here tonight. 15 laps the distance.
No bounties required in the mini stock division. There is always an assortment of winners.
Field coming to the green flag to the WG Truck Center start zone. Carter, the starter, atop the Cedar Springs starter stand, ready to turn them loose. The first of 4 features on the night. 15 laps the distance. It's the Insta Insulation Mini Stocks.
A little bit of bumper tag going on down the front straightaway.
5 wide through corner number 2. They going down the back stretch. One around Mark Allen in corner number 2, and he'll keep it going.
Boy, oh boy. Drivers giving each other some space. Oh, the DeBoers get together on the front straightaway at the end of a chain reaction as Mark Thorne leads the way. He'll lead lap number 1. Jason Tolton runs second. Wade Thorne runs in the 3rd spot in that number 4.
John Lubeck aboard a different car here tonight. He's usually aboard the 14L. He's in the 2EZ tonight, riding in the 5th position.
Yeah, I haven't seen that number and style in a long time. I mean, Blair Young raced here in the early 2000s.
Right now it's all Mark Thorne out in front in the 46 machine. Jason Tolton in the 1. Then Wade Thorne riding in the 3rd spot as they work it off the corner. Another time, 12 laps left in this one.
Some of our heavy hitters back outside of the top 10 trying to make their way through. Nick Erskine, Alex Riley. It is close quarters racing out there, and at the front, the Thorns just want to see this one stay under green. When was the last time we would have had a father and a son in Slack Lumber Victory Lane together?
I'm not sure about that. Wade riding back there in the 3rd spot, started in 7th, so had a great start there. He'll move to the inside of Jason Tolton. Meanwhile, we're watching this battle a little bit behind them as Tristan De Silva's right there with Alexander Klotz and the rest of the pack.
Tristan De Silva to the outside of Farrington. Alexander Klotz right behind him as they work through 1 and 2. De Silva all sorts of loose. Jeff Elsliger down low in that number 11 as De Silva runs out of racing room trying to make a move on Farrington. That keeps that pack bunched up tightly.
It's all Mark Thorne out in front. Jason Tolton holding on to the 2nd spot with Wade Thorne working to the inside. Remember, Jeff Elsliger in the 11E machine. He started all the way back in the 18th position. He's up to the 6th spot. He's the one that came into tonight with that FanFest Series championship belt. He wants to hold on to it here again tonight.
He did a great job promoting that, too, with the belt in all sorts of different places. But out in front, how about the Thorne Racing team? They have struggled with their cars this season, but to see 2 of them up here in the top 2 right now, same with Jason Tolton. He has not had the best season. He's been frustrated, but good to see him up there battling in the top 3.
Halfway home for Mark Thorne. Wade Thorne riding in the 2nd spot. Then it's Jason Tolton still in that 3rd position. Jeff Elsliger, though, trying to crack a podium spot right now. And he's brought Alexander Klotz with him as well. Klotz right now riding in the 4th spot.
Tolton got up off the banking of the racetrack trying to get around Mike Giberson, lost a couple of spots. Craig Cole got by, De Silva got by, Alex Riley. Up at the front, though, it continues to be Mark Thorne by at least 10 car lengths over his son Wade.
Yeah, Mark has had the lead since the drop of the green flag and pulled away from the pack. As they come by this time by, it'll be 5 laps left to go for Mark Thorne over Wade Thorne. Jeff Elsliger in 3rd, but he's going to take a run now at the runner-up spot. Here comes Alex Riley as well. Alex started back in 19th.
Great battle for the 2nd spot. Wade Thorne doing a great job holding everybody off. He's going to slide down the track to kind of pinch off Jeff Elsliger, but he's got to watch that outside because Alexander Klotz is coming with an awful lot of speed. Contact between Klotz and Elsliger into turn 1.
3 wide, they'll go off of corner number 2. Riley on the bottom, Elsliger in the middle. Klotz is kind of boxed in right there behind Wade Thorne. He'll work out to the outside, try and swing around him off of corner number 4. He's got the slower car of Crystal Souls right in front of him.
Klotz does a nice job not having to slow down too much, getting down behind Wade Thorne. Alex Riley, though, has gotten by on the inside. Now Jeff Elslinger trying to do the same. Mark Thorne's going to see 2 laps to go. His lead is evaporating.
That it is. With all this racing, you would think he'd be pulling away, but he's not. Alex Riley is on the chase. He's in the second spot. Elslinger and Wade Thorne still door-to-door down in 1. Here's Alexander Klotz around the outside. Slower car's going to box up Jeff Elslinger.
Elslinger had to lift, just about went around. It'll be Mobil 1, white flag. 1 more lap to go for Mark Thorne. Can he hold off the charging Alex Riley and Alexander Klotz?
Yeah, right now they're side by side down into corner number 1. Klotz has been really strong on that outside line. He'll try and get the launch off of 2 to get by Riley.
Side by side down the back straightaway for the second spot. Mark Thorne has Mike Giberson out in front. He's going to head to the outside. Alex Riley to the inside. It's a drag race to the finish. Thorne, Klotz, Riley finishes third. Wade Thorne finishes 4th. Craig Cole rounds out the top 5. Wow. That's probably our biggest surprise winner in the last couple of seasons, I'd say, Greg. That is the wrong Thorne, Truck.
Mark Thorne, the dad, gets it done. Alexander Klotz, career best, I believe. 2nd there. Alex Riley, 3rd. What a finish that was. We're going to take a quick break and be back with the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock feature after this.
Looking for a new race or cargo trailer? Welcome to Kemp Motorsports. Kemp Motorsports specializes in top quality race and cargo trailers from United, Wells Cargo, and Hallmark. From our best-selling Rev Series up to custom 53-foot goosenecks and stackers. We have a huge selection in stock or ready to custom order. With top brands, great selection, and over 30 years experience, stop by and see why Kemp Motorsports is your #1 race trailer dealer. Find us online at kempmotorsports.ca.
Freight doesn't move itself. It takes timing, trust, and a team that knows the road. For over 40 years, Patco Transportation, together with Encore Transportation, has served the North American marketplace with LTL, truckload, and special events freight. Family-owned, cross-border ready, and built to deliver. Patco Transportation, moving business forward.
Back at Ohsweken Speedway, ready for the Middleport Mechanical Thunderstock feature event. 20 laps the distance, the Creative Edge signs and graphics starting lineup. Adam Ross has that.
On the pole from Hamilton, the 43 is Kyle Andrus. Alongside him from Thorold, the 11 is Go Fast Teeple. Starting 3rd from Hagersville, it's Ryan Dinning in the 8. Alongside him from Brantford, the 13 is Casey Huffman. Starting in the 5th spot out of Hagersville, it's Mike Klozinga in the 93K. And starting 6th in the 19 from Ancaster, it's Kyle Wirt. Starting 7th, it's Mikey Bobby, Mike Thorne from Caledonia in the 55. Alongside him from Harley, the 37 is Rob Hoskins. Starting 9th from Canfield, it's the Gun Show, George Grossel in the 03. To his outside from Binbrook, Smokey Tim Phelan in the 427. Starting 11th from Ohsweken, the 69G is Brian General. 12th from Port Robinson, the 108 is Zach Bleach. 13th from Hagersville, the 23 is Trevor DeBoer. 14th from Caledonia, it's Mark Bazine in the 21X. 15th from Burlington, it's Ron Logie in the 97. 16th out of Victoria, it's the big dog, Ryan Beagle in the 84 RK. 17th from Hagersville is Brewster Baker. Dave Bailey in the 49. And his outside from Norwood, the 21K, is Flying Ryan Kimball. 19th from Merlin, the 21S, is Spencer Smolders. 20th from Ancaster, the 53 is Liam Schwedick. Your final row on the inside from Six Nations, it's Bella General in the 44B. And scratch from the program tonight from Waterdown, the 51D, is Dylan Peckham. 21 cars scheduled to take the green flag. There is an $8,000 bonus if anyone other than Ryan Beagle or Dave Bailey wins.
And again, they'll have to start deep in this one. 16th for Ryan Beagle, 17th for Dave Bailey.
Is that where the bounty is right now, Clinton? Because I know as Beagle and Bailey continue to defend their bounty, they win a piece of it every week. But I'm not sure where that's at.
Chalk lines down, ready to go. Strickland Chevrolet Pace Truck going to pull off on the back stretch. Kyle Andrus, Go Fast Teeple will bring us to the green flag. Carter the starter, double greens in hand. Atop the Cedar Springs starter stand. 20 laps the distance. The Middleport Mechanical Thunderstocks are green.
Go Fast Teeple out in front. Casey Huffman with a good run to the outside. Ryan Dinning takes the second spot. Huffman in third. Kyle Wirt with a good run on the high side as well.
Dave Bailey mid-pack right now trying to find a lane there. Roots Ron Logie out of the way. Oh, little contact to his outside as they go downhill. One Kimball nearly caught the hay bales at the entry of one.
I can't imagine how bad that view is when you just see the butt end of a wall coming up. Kimball does a nice job. Ryan Beagle had to roll out of the throttle to avoid that, so he's still stuck deep in this field.
So a bit of a role reversal there. Last week it was Dave Bailey on the opening lap that got tangled up and had to go back through the pack and never really made it back to Ryan Beagle to challenge for the win. But this week it's Ryan Beagle that has problems in the opening laps. He's still mired back there.
Bailey just made a big move on Trevor DeBoer to the inside. DeBoer, one of the faster cars, always seems to make it up into the top 4 or 5 spots. Next in line is Mike Thorne. They're racing 3 wide for position. Dave Bailey going to make it 4 wide to the inside.
Pack coming up on Liam Schwedick in the 53. He's on that outside line. Kyle Wirt in the second spot chasing him down. How about Tim Phelan having a nice run right now in the 4th spot in the 427?
Bailey keeps trying to wedge that 49 down the inside between the wall and Mike Thorne. Oh, boy. Phelan makes contact with Liam Schwedick. He might have cut down a right front tire.
I think you're right. The 427 is surfing around the top of corner number 4. And he's going to rejoin the racing surface. We'll see if he can keep it up to speed or if he's going to push up the banking and end up in the pit area here.
Yeah, maybe he's fine. Look at the lead for Go Fast Teeple. Where would he be on your bingo card of drivers who could contend for that $8,000 bonus?
I'll tell you what, not near the top, but still, I wouldn't be shocked if Go Fast Teeple gets a feature win here. He has a lot of speed in the 11.
Guys, he's been running modifieds at Maryville this year. Not sure if you're aware of that, so that's got to be helping him out.
Yeah. Did not know that, but Go Fast Teeple's one of those drivers where if he were to go out and steal one, it would not shock me. Over the last couple of years, he's been there with a lot of speed. And right now, that tartan is flying out in front.
Dave Bailey up to the second spot in that number 49. Kyle Wirt going to keep the challenge on the high side. Ryan Beagle approaching the top 5. He's up on the high side of the racetrack. And they can all see the scoreboard. They know that way out in front is that number 11 to Go Fast Teeple.
Dave Bailey in the Queenston Chevrolet 49 now has clear racetrack between he and Go Fast Teeple. Kyle Wirt's right there in between he and Ryan Beagle. Beagle's had a long and a lot of work to get through to get up here to this 3rd spot, but now he has clear sight of Dave Bailey.
Now they know the mission. It'll be halfway this time, 10 laps in, 10 laps to go. Right now, it's a little less than 3 seconds between 1st and 2nd place.
How about Ryan Kimball? He started all the way back in the 18th spot, this time by the line. He is going to be in the 7th position in that 21K. He's had a lot of speed. In fact, he was quickest in the hot laps earlier on tonight.
Man, Kyle Wirt just got a huge run down the backstretch. And right now, Dave Bailey is not fast enough to be able to close in on Teeple before the end of this race. In fact, that lap, he lost a little bit of ground to the race leader.
Yeah, lost a 1/10 of a second there. So, Liam Schwedick goes around in front of that big pack of cars. That will put us under the Dixieland Grill caution flag, and that will tighten things up now
This is where the psychology of racing comes into play. Because people can see, these drivers have no radios except to listen to race official Dave Hunsinger. There's no communication from spotters. There's no mirrors in the car. So he doesn't know he's been running better laps than Dave Bailey.
And Liam Schwedek there with the right front. Make that the left front down on the 53. I believe Clint is standing by with the Case IH track report.
Thanks, guys. Well, this is your first look at the track, and Zinger and the crew did an amazing job this week. We told them this is the best track they've handed off to us for hot laps and heating the motors so far this year. It is very smooth out here, and if you look, there's not a ripple, and it's starting to get what we call the high shine. You can see the different lines, and down here on the bottom, still tons of tack if you can make it work, guys. But this track is beautiful tonight. It is peaking at the perfect time as we get ready to welcome the Outlaws here Tuesday, Wednesday.
Field locked back up, ready to go. We go fast, Teeple and Dave Bailey back in the front rows. We'll see the mobile one white flag next time around. We'll be back to racing. Ryan Beagle's going to be on the inside row number 2 with Kyle Wirt.
So if these drivers had spotters, Teeple's spotter would be telling them, look, you're faster than the 2 cars behind you. Just keep running your line. All he knows is that they started at the back of the field and they're now second and third. Can he keep running the line he was running? Does he get in his head? We're going to find out. 9 laps remain.
Through the WG Truck Center restart zone, back into the green flag, and Go Fast Teeple gets a good start as they head back into number 1.
Drives it down into 1 and 2, running a good line. Dave Bailey to the outside, but Teeple running the same line he was running while he was out in front. They'll race into 3 and 4, side by side, door to door as they come off the 4th turn.
Bailey on the outside, Beagle on the bottom at the line. It continues to be Go Fast Teeple by 2 1/1000ths of a second. And here's both drivers now swarming around Go Fast Teeple, looking to take over the 1 and 2 spots.
Teeple checks up just a little bit, still got room between first and second there, but now he's going to drop back to the 3rd position. Beagle out in front, Bailey running in the 2nd spot.
Ryan Beagle smooth and steady off the bottom, and that car is hooked up when he works off the bottom side as they work through 3 and 4 another time. It's Beagle, Bailey, and Teeple. Then a gap back to Kyle Wirt and Mike Thorne as he's about to be challenged by Ryan Kimball for a top 5 spot.
Kimball up on the outside in that black number 21. As the leaders all running the inside of the racetrack, Ryan Beagle opens up about 3 car lengths advantage over Dave Bailey in the 2nd spot.
Top 3 breakaway. It's all Ryan Beagle right now over Dave Bailey and Go Fast Teeple. Kyle Wirt, Ryan Kimball, Mike Thorne having a good 3-wide battle right now for that position. Number 4, Wirt gets a little high off the bank there in number 1. He'll have to roll it back down the hill.
He gets so much speed off the banking, it's ridiculous. 4 laps remain for Ryan Beagle out in front. Dave Bailey giving chase. Tim Phelan made it back after changing a tire in that 427. But I believe he is a lap down. Almost 2 laps down.
This time by 3 laps left to go, and Dave Bailey's closed the gap a little bit, looking for a line to get around Ryan Beagle. These 2 are duking it out for a season championship. Bailey's right there in the back bumper.
Now this comes down to it. Dave Bailey doesn't want to give up that bounty, but you don't want to mess with Ryan Beagle and screw up both your nights and give away thousands of dollars.
Last week, Ryan Beagle was the winner, and he ended up closing the gap in the championship standings to within 2 points behind Bailey, so this could be a flip-flop here tonight. As Ryan Beagle leads down in 3, here comes Bailey looking for a line, coming to the mobile 1 white flag.
Let's keep in mind the FanFest belt is also on the line. Ryan Beagle has it from his win earlier this year. Dave Bailey goes up the lane from the bottom of the racetrack, couldn't get it done in 1 and 2.
One more try down in 3 and 4 where Bailey give him the drop kick to take the belt away, or is Beagle going to back it up with a second win in the FanFest series? Ryan Beagle's going to get it done again. Back-to-back weeks.
Go Fast Teeple, for the first time in my memory, is headed to Slack Lumber Victory Lane.
Yeah, great third place finish for Go Fast Teeple. Ryan Kimball, how about that? From the 18th spot up to 4th. Trevor DeBoer will complete the top 5, but it's the big dog, Ryan Beagle, going back to Slack Lumber Victory Lane, looking for another championship over Dave Bailey. So the 2 Fan Fest Series winners, and we won't get to see Go Fast Teeple and Slack Lumber Victory Lane.
That's kind of a bummer that we're not going to see 2nd and 3rd, but it's a different promotion.
So Mark Thorne and Ryan Beagle will get the championship belts down in Slack Lumber Victory Lane. There they are there. Clint's holding on the gold like a champ.
You know what? He doesn't get to. He didn't earn those. You don't get to sling them over your shoulder like you're the heavyweight champion of the world.
He's got the belt, baby.
No, I don't. I don't think I want to jump in the ring with the big dog either, in a race car or otherwise, but he will defend his belt that he gathered about a month ago and leads the standings for the Fan Fest Championship so far in Thunderstocks. How about it for the big dog, everybody? You get to keep the belt, Ryan. Congrats, bud.
Thanks. I knew I had to park it on the bottom there, and Dave wasn't going around the outside of me, so he's done that to me a few times, so I thought I'd do it to him.
You had to take it away from Teeple. He had you guys on the ropes there for a while.
Yeah, that was his race. If that yellow didn't come out, sucks. I kind of like to see Teeple win a race. He's been doing this a long time.
How'd you feel about the track tonight? Seemed like it slipped off a bit on you guys.
Yeah, it's definitely harder than it's been, but it was awesome. I don't know what you guys did this week, but you did a hell of a job.
Hold that belt up nice and high so the fans can get a good look at it. How about a hand for the Fan Fest Championship belt holder right now, Ryan Beagle, the big dog. We'll get over here and talk to Mark. Well, Mark, you probably weren't on our bingo card when it comes to who was going to steal the belt away from Ohsweken tonight. What does it mean to grab the belt?
Oh, this is awesome. This is my first mini stock win ever, and I'm just so excited. This is awesome. To do it on the night with the belt on the line is great.
What a drive here. You really had them covered with the best chasing you down. What the crew tell you when you get back there?
Not to screw it up. I was nervous on the pole, and I got a good start, and I never looked back. It was awesome.
All right, you're going to hold that belt up nice and high for the fans to check that out. How about it for our mini stock Fan Fest belt holder, Mark Thorne? They will defend these belts again on August 21st. How about a hand for that? We'll be right back live here on G4's TV. That'll conclude the mini stocks and the Thunder stocks, and we also have $1,000. Before we go, how about an extra grand for our mini stock winner? Morgan from Instant Installation going to come in here. Morgan, give him an extra Actually, I'm going to hold on to that. You got to pass tech. I'll take that, Morgan. How about a hand for our winners? How about a hand for everybody from Instant Installation with an extra $1,000 on the line? We'll be right back. 2 features to go.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
What in the actual Our company is going bankrupt because of this deal. Buy a Total Wash Cannon Kit and get 3 extra bottles for free. Oh man, this stuff just sprays on, melts the mud, and rinses off with no need to scrub. We even tested it against one of the most popular cleaners out there, and this is what happened. They didn't stand a chance. Sooner or later, we're going to have to take this deal down. So if you're on the fence, you're going to want to grab this deal now at the QR code below.
For over 30 years, WG Truck Center has been a place where pride lives in the details. Every weld, every repair, every build. And it's our people that make it matter. The ones who take ownership, who work as a team, and who see the future in every truck that rolls out. It's not just a place to work, it's a place to grow while you build something that lasts. WG Truck Center, built by people who care.
Welcome back live here to Ohsweken Speedway. It's costume time as we get Halloween in July underway. All right, you guys got to make noise for the loudest one, okay? We're going to do this fast. Little Ivy, only make noise for the one you want. Ivy! How about we here? Grinch? Mario? Here? How about this one? All right, you're a winner. You're a winner. How about here? All right, you can stay there. Here? 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 Oh, we're getting there. Here? Okay, all you guys can go back. Iguana and Miss Blue Hair can stay. You guys go back. Thank you. All right, here we go. Young racer. All right, you? Keep going, guys. Keep going. All right, you can stay. You can stay. You can go. How about you? Okay, you can stay. Here we go. That one. Stay. You can go. How about this one? Oh, here we got a winner. All right, you're already a winner. How about this one? You can go. No, you can go. How about here? Oh, you can stay. You can go. You can go. You can go. Holy, we're getting through these. All right, we're down to it. You can go. You can go. How about here? Okay, you can go. How about here? You can go. Here? 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 Okay, you guys can all go. How about here? We're getting to it. You can stay. How about here? Whoopee cushion. How about here? Okay, you can go. You can go. How about here? You can go. How about here? You can go. How about here? You can go. You can go. How about this one? Okay, you can go. How about here, guys? Okay, you guys can go. How about here? You can go. How about here? Okay. We're getting down to it here. How about here? Here? Okay, you guys can go. How about here? 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 Oh, Myers, you can stay. You can stay. You can stay. How about here? 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 And here. All right, you come with me. All right, we got to pick one. Who you guys saying? All right, they say it's whoopee cushion. Whoopee cushion, you win. Here you go. Take your money. How about it for all our costume kids? Thank you. All right, you guys go back now. Thank you. Well, guys, it's all yours. Congrats to our costume winners. And the winners tonight got $100 in those envelopes, $100 for our top costumes, guys. Take it away.
So Adam Grayson Stoney from New Brunswick is down here in front. He was the Darren Dryden lookalike down here. So thanks for making the trip here, Grayson.
All right, here's the starting lineup as Brian Nanico stops in turn number 2. On the pole from Ancaster, the 26X is Campbell Baker. Starting second from Mosley, Austin Rose in the 3S. Third from Caledonia, it's Liam Martin in the 9. Fourth out of St. Thomas, the 52, is Jesse Costa. Fifth from Waynefleet is Brett Stratford in the BS 39. Sixth from Mississauga, the highlight man, Mac DeMann in the 4. Seventh from Kitchener, it's Adrian Staley in the 50 LS. Eighth out of Georgetown, it's Steve Murdoch in the 2M. Ninth from Stevensville, it's Mike Bowman in the 71. And 10th from Beamsville, Nico Hansen in the 27H. Starting 11th from Rockwood, it's the 94, Ryan Fraser. 12th out of Brantford, Lance Erskine in the 48. 13th out of Ancaster, it's Keegan Baker in the 16X, and 14th from Scotland is Logan Schwedick in the 53. 15th, driving the 55 from Wilsonville, it's Corey Whittam, and in 16th out of Six Nations, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller in the 20. 17th from Dorchester, it's Holly Porter in the 1. 18th from Rockton, it's Cam Thompson in the 2018. 19th from Clarence Center, New York, the 57C is Cooper Fritz. 20th from Ancaster is Trevor Young in the 51. 21st from Hagersville, Kiana Teal in the 24K. And 22nd from Cambridge, the 44 is Connor Ross. 23rd from Ohsweken, Brian Nanakoke in the 9C. 24th from Hagersville, it's Jeremy May in the 36. 25th out of Cortland, it's Tom Pellizzari in the 5. 26th from Caledonia, it's Logan Ferguson in the 89L. 27th from Brantford, Riley Mercer is in the 88R, and rounding up the field from Baden, the 2 is Travis Hofstetter.
Austin Rose now with problems here under the starter stand, so the Kenny Upul push truck team will come on the scene and maybe as simple as pushing this car and getting it refired again, but problems here for a driver who already has a feature win this year in that MJ Trucking number 3S. And it fires right up, so that's a good sign for Austin Rose. And he'll go up to that front row starting spot.
Actually, no, they're saying the 3 is going to have to go back because you only get one push unless it's for safety. So for some reason, this is a terrible break for Austin Rose, guys.
Yeah, thanks for correcting that, Clint.
Austin Rose should have adjusted his belts so they came loose. Happy birthday, Mike McDonald, from your wife, your kids, and your grandkids.
You're absolutely right, Adam. All he had to say was it was belts, but tough break and a tough way to learn how to play that game a little bit.
Thanks, Adam. You just told everybody else how to play it. All right, field will take shape behind the Strickland Chevrolet Pace truck. It'll be Campbell Baker and now Jesse Costa making up the front row. Costa, a winner 1 week ago. The Action Sprint Tour, tuned by Matco Tools.
Campbell Baker and Jesse Costa, 2 opposite ends of the experience field, but both drivers ready to get on the loud pedal.
Boy, did they get on it there as Jesse Costa now is going to have some company to the inside. Mac DeMand's going to try and split the 2, but it's Costa working around the high side, has the lead.
Costa leads the way down into turn number 3. Things get hairy in the middle of the pack. Everybody able to sort it out.
Connor Ross goes up over the banking, and he'll tag onto the back of the pack there. No harm, no foul as we stay under the green flag. It's Costa, DeMand, and Steve Murdoch right now riding in the 3rd spot.
Top 3 have sorted themselves out nose to tail, then it's Brett Stratford, Campbell Baker, Liam Martin behind them. Looks to be the bottom of the racetrack is kind of the preferred groove here in the early going.
All Jesse Costa right now as he is checked out on second place. Mac DeMand, 1.784 seconds the lead already for the driver of the D&O Towing 52. DeMand has settled in the second position over Murdoch, Stratford, and Liam Martin. Martin now looking down to the inside on Stratford for the 4th spot.
Costa's opened up nearly a half straightaway advantage as we look back through the field. Lance Erskine trying to make some moves. So is Logan Schwedick. They race side by side off the second turn. Liam Martin battling with Brett Stratford. That's for position off of turn number 4.
Ryan Fraser having a nice top 10 run right now in that 94 machine. He settles into the 8th spot after starting in the 11th position. Leaders working off of corner number 4. Costa's got Riley Mercer, Logan Ferguson, and Connor Ross right in front of him.
Costa goes up to the outside, and he looks like he's got plenty of speed up high or down low. Doesn't seem to matter as he gets around Mercer and Ferguson, sets his sights on Ross.
Leader working off of corner number 2, gets by Connor Ross. Next up is Jeremy May and Cooper Fritz. He's got 3 lap cars between he and Mac DeMand. Steve Murdoch trying to close the gap right now on DeMand for that runner-up position.
3 wide down the backstretch. Holly Porter to the inside of Nico Hansen and Kiana Teal. Teal dropped the anchor and dropped down to the bottom. She's under attack now from Austin Rose. Has been trying to make his way up after having to start at the back of the field.
Cooper Fritz right now is the driver that Jesse Costa is dealing with to put him a lap down. McDeman still in that second spot. Steve Murdoch riding in third. The man on the move right now is Mike Bowman in the fourth position. He's gotten by both Liam Martin and Brett Stratford.
Slicker this racetrack gets, the better Mike Bowman is, as Jesse Costa continues to work his way through traffic. McDeman with 3 cars between himself and the race leader, but it is soon going to be more.
Steve Murdoch is inch closer to McDeman, looking for the runner-up position as they approach Connor Ross. McDeman on the high side. Murdoch looking a little bit lower as they go down to 1 and 2. Murdoch's going to get a good run as McDeman didn't get corner number 2 quite right.
Jesse Costa split the difference between a couple of slower cars now to the inside of Brian Nanicoke. He's got about a half a dozen cars between himself and McDeman in the second position as we stay under green. Laps are winding down. It'll be just 7 laps to go this time.
Yeah, leader is in thick traffic right now, but the good thing is he's got a lot of lap cars between he and those second and third place cars of McDeman and Steve Murdoch, and now they're about to have company as the Dynablast 71 of Mike Bowman has tracked down Steve Murdoch.
Bowman with the wing pulled all the way back in that number 71. Working the middle of the racetrack, drives it deep into turn number 3. He'll look to the outside as Steve Murdoch have to roll out of the throttle as Murdoch comes all the way up to the outside wall.
Good thing he did. He would have been pinched right into the concrete as now Murdoch looks to the inside of Jeremy May. He'll get by him. Bowman will work to the outside of May and continue his assault now on the third spot.
Costa's in his own zip code out in front of this one as Bowman continues to look for racing room to get around Steve Murdoch.
That's all Jesse Costa right now to the outside of Nico Hansen. This time by it'll be 4 laps left to go for the driver out of St. Thomas, Ontario. Second place remains McDeman. Mike Bowman at the line takes the third spot. And boy, he does it in fine fashion there on Steve Murdoch.
He's looking for second. He's closing in on McDeman. DeMan got squirrely on the outside of Travis Hofstetter. Hofstetter going to drive to the inside, impede Mike Bowman's line in 3 and 4.
McDeman rips around the outside, gets a little bit of breathing room. He'll look to the inside of Cooper Fritz now down at 1 and 2 as the leader is all the way up in corner number 3, working around the Iceman, Johnny Miller. 2 laps left to go for Jesse Costa.
2 more times around as Costa brings him down into turn number 1. Not as much traffic directly in front of him, but there's lots going on out there as drivers having to check up.
This time by, it'll be the Mobil 1 white flag as Jesse Costa goes under the Cedar Springs starter stand. One more trip around to go back-to-back and pick up his 5th feature win of the season. Costa now sails it down the backstretch for the final time.
Down into turn number 3, there's a lot going on ahead of our race leader, Jesse Costa. Gets around the slower car, checkered flag in the air. Costa going to take the win.
Coming up for the second spot, Bowman challenging on the bottom. Can he steal it away from DeMan? No, he does not. DeMan gets it over Mike Bowman, Steve Murdoch in the 4th spot, Liam Martin 5th, Brett Stratford 6th. There's your winner once again. St. Thomas's Jesse Costa back in Slack Lumber victory lane. Green to checkered, another great one. This race surface tonight has led to some pretty quick feature events. Great job by the Ohsweken Speedway track prep crew. 50-50 draw about to take place down in Slack Lumber victory lane.
There's nothing wrong with a track with a little bit of character. What we were having trouble with was sort of the jagged ruts that were really upsetting race cars. Tonight, there was none of that.
So Jesse Costa parks it down there for the second week in a row in Slack Lumber victory lane, along with McDeman and Mike Bowman, as Lone Wolf Fireworks will light up the sky for Jesse Costa. The point leader will pad his lead as we approach the halfway point of the season. Jesse Costa, McDeman, and Mike Bowman. There's a lot of victories for those 3 drivers, and they'll celebrate down in Slack Lumber victory lane with Clinton Jeffrey.
Well, Jesse Costa wasting no time to get out here. He was the victor last week in the Action Sprint Tour race here, and he will grab the win again tonight. Fans, how about it? 5 wins for Costa's 52. Jesse, you started the year dominant, and then it kind of slipped away on you, and now maybe you've got the magic back. What was going on there for a few weeks when you guys were struggling?
I'm not totally sure. We thought the car might have been tweaked a little bit from when we hit the rut and almost flipped and kind of went over it. We already had gone over it, but we double-checked it again and kind of just re-squared everything and tried a couple things that really worked last week. And I was pretty worried with the slick track this week. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but I think we really found something. So just got to thank Nathan Acklin. It's just a privilege to drive for him. Like, his passion for the sport, and he's in the shop. It doesn't matter if we're there or not. He's working on stuff, and I just can't thank him enough, and Ash and the whole Gledhill family, Legacy Holdings, D&O Towing, Tate's Automotive, Wells Foundry, Butler Built, Welders Millwrights, Acklin Insurance. We got Strode's, Matco Tools. Can't thank the Rose family enough. It's a really pleasure driving with these guys. It's nice to drive with people you consider your friends every week. So thanks, Ohsweken Speedway, and thanks. Hi to the wife and kids at home. I still got Charlotte's Lucky Crystal Charm here, so it worked again. Love you guys.
Congrats, Jesse Costa picks up 2 wins in a row. We get over here and talk to Mac DeMann. Mac, solid drive for you. It looked like it was fun out there. Bowman was coming at the end, but obviously a great run for you in this slick track here tonight.
Yeah, we haven't run last since I won last in early June, so we've been looking for a slick track. Jesse's always good on the slick track. Mike's always good on the slick track. He almost got me at the end there. Just want to say thanks. I got some friends that drove out from Sarnia tonight, and it's their first time at Ohsweken. Some other friends from Mississauga. It's their first night at Ohsweken, so they got the full experience tonight. Shout out to all the kids and families for coming out and dressing up, and I hope you guys had a great night.
Thanks, Mac. Mac DeMann, second place. Get out your 50-50 tickets. We're going to talk to them in just a moment. Mike Bowman, back here on the slickness. Good to see the smile back after a couple years off. Mike, it seemed like the track fell right into your hands tonight, your style, and you were coming at the end of that one, bud.
Yeah, it was good. Definitely nice to be back here on the pad at Ohsweken Speedway. Great crowd tonight. Thank all the fans for coming out. And, definitely this place has got that high shine, as you say, and we like it.
All right, good job, Mike Bowman back here, former crate champ. We'll be right back here from Ohsweken Speedway. We have the cool kids. Core Pack 360 race to come to finish the night. One more race to go from the Big O.
It all started for us at the racetrack, from dirt to water. We have continued to keep the adrenaline and drive to make sure that we are always in the forefront. We are driven to give our customers the absolute best in service, products, and memories with your family. No matter what your passion is, whether it's on the water, in the dirt, on the snow, or on the road, we will always be here welcoming you over and over again through the doors here at Lockhart's. You're not just a customer here, you are part of our team.
A home you love, a business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work, we build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Exciting news. Our Drive to Attract Talent campaign is revving up. We're tapping into the passion of auto enthusiasts to build a powerhouse team of forklift technicians. If you're into turning wrenches, solving challenges, and optimizing machinery, this is for you. Join us in bridging the gap between the auto and material handling worlds.
The FanView Big Screen is proudly supported by Creekside Construction. Fans in attendance can catch every lap, replay, and close call on the FanView Big Screen all season long. Thanks to Creekside Construction for helping bring fans closer to the action at Ohsweken Speedway. Welcome back live, Ohsweken Speedway on G4S TV. Greg Kellman, Adam Ross, Clinton Jeffrey here with our final feature of the night. 25 laps the distance for the Cool Kids Ice and Water Core Pack Merchandising Sprint Cars. Your creative edge signs and graphics lineup looks like this on the pole out of Beamsville. The 88H is Josh Hansen to his outside from Freelton. In the 12 Double D, it's Darren Dryden. Lining up third from Dunville in car 15, it's Ryan Turner. And to his outside from Scotland, the 47X, it's D-Dubs, Dylan Westbrook going fourth. Starting in fifth, it's Tricky Nicky Sheridan at Mount Bridges in the 45, and in the sixth position from Scotland, the 87XS is Skylar Evans. Lining up seventh from Tilsonburg, the 39 is Corey Turner. Going eighth out of Ohsweken, the 77T is Tyler Powlis. Lining up ninth from Grimsby, car number 90 is Travis Cunningham. And going 10th in car 5, DJ Christie out of Beachville. Lining up 11th, the 77E is Ashton Van Every from Ohsweken. Also out of Ohsweken, the 68, it's Aaron Turkey going 12th. 13th spot belongs to Cole McDonald in the 0C from Caledonia. And 14th out of Port Colborne, the 5D is Jacob Dykstra. 15th spot, the Six Nations sensation Alex Hill in the 77X. And going 16th out of Grand Island, New York, the 21 is Kyle Phillips. 17th starting position from Port Colborne, the 43 is Scott Shirk. And going 18th out of Port Lambton, the 28K is Tate O'Leary. 19th spot belongs to Kevin Pauls in the 46 out of Dunville. The Ohsweken flyer Glenn Stiers, not competing tonight, was on the board there for the 20th spot. Scott Hall out of Wilsonville in the 94X to go 21st. And Michael Lichty out of Interkip in the 84 goes 22nd. Not sure what happened there with Michael Lichty. He had a third-place run in his qualifying heat.
Yeah, had a really good run. So either didn't make the turn into tech or made the turn into tech and had an issue.
Your Bradshaw Brothers ones to watch here tonight. First, the 5-car of DJ Christie. He has been stout. He got his second SOS win of the year last week at Merrittville Speedway. He'll start back in the 10th spot. And starting in the 3rd spot, car number 15, Ryan Turner, heat race win, showing the speed that we're used to from Ryan Turner. He'll start up near the front. Maybe tonight's the night he gets back to victory lane. Those are your Bradshaw Brothers ones to watch. One white flag is displayed. Next time by, we'll go green flag racing as they take shape behind the pace truck. 2x2. 11 rows of beautifully prepared sprint cars ready to come to life. Josh Hansen and Darren Dryden on the front row. Strickland Chevrolet pace truck ready to pull off on the backstretch. Carter Long getting the double green flags ready in hand as we get ready to go racing, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, you came looking for a show. Well, here you go. Let's end all the anticipation as we bring to you our feature presentation.
Clean start down through 1 and 2. Josh Hansen leads the way. Darren Dryden second. Hansen runs the bottom through 3 and 4. Protects himself from a slide job.
Josh Hansen out in front. 3-car battle for the 2nd spot. Ryan Turner and Darren Dryden there with Nick Sheridan.
Hansen able to open up a bit of an advantage as Ryan Turner battles with Darren Dryden for that 2nd spot. Corey Turner hooking the inside wall. He is glued to that inside concrete.
Josh Hansen pulling away right now in that Eagle Towing Equipment number 88H. The battle for 2nd is on. Here comes Ryan Turner looking to track down Darren Dryden. Whoa, close call there with Nick Sheridan and Corey Turner.
Yeah, it was. Dylan Westbrook right behind them. Skylar Evans making a move to the outside of Dylan Westbrook. Behind them, you got Travis Cunningham and DJ Christie doing battle. But out in front, it is all Josh Hansen.
Yeah, Hansen working the inside line now, as is Darren Dryden. Ryan Turner, you've got to go back to Nick Sheridan riding in the 4th spot, using that outside line along with Skylar Evans. They're the ones committed to the top, and even Dylan Westbrook, who's kind of slowed down now, it seems, down in that inside line. He's nowhere near catching the top. Don't forget, the bounty is still on the line here tonight.
The fact that Westbrook isn't up there ripping the top of the racetrack tells me there was not much to work with up there, so he's gone to plan B, and that's the extreme inside in that 47X.
Wow, back and forth between Sheridan and Corey Turner has been wild to watch. Turner slides up in front of him. Sheridan's going to cut back down the banking off of 2.
Those are unfriendly slide jobs going on. Turner will slide him again in 3 and 4. Sheridan going to come back to the inside and
inches apart when they come off the corner. That's how close it has been. Meanwhile, the battle for second now is side by side. Turner to the inside of Darren Dryden. Dryden working the outside line. He's got Tate O'Leary just in front of him. That's going to bottle him up, and Turner takes over the second spot.
Corey Turner still battling with Nick Sheridan. He'll run the inside. Sheridan up high. Is Turner going to come across the nose? No, he leaves Sheridan a lane there as they split Tate O'Leary down into 3.
Josh Hansen leads with 16 laps left to go. We'll see if the distance changes. It does. 7/10 of a second closed in there by Ryan Turner as he'll work off of corner 2 around Alex Hill.
Down the back straightaway, what a battle this is. Ryan Turner in the 15 has the second spot. Then Darren Dryden, Corey Turner, Nick Sheridan going to town out there. Dylan Westbrook outside of the top 5.
Ryan Turner cuts down another 0.2 of a second that time by, so that Nitro 54 variety sitting bull tire number 15 is trucking towards the front. We'll see if he can close the gap anymore that time by. He does another 0.2.
And Corey Turner might be closing in on Ryan Turner, although Darren Dryden defended the move that Corey Turner made on him, so Darren Dryden is back into the 3rd spot.
That time by, he lost 0.4 did Ryan Turner to Josh Hansen, so he gives back the last 2 laps that he made up. This time around will be halfway left to go for Josh Hansen out of Beamsville. He is your leader in the 88H.
13 laps down, 12 laps to go as Hansen works to the inside of Ashton Van Every in 1 and 2. His advantage is about a little more than half a straightaway over Ryan Turner.
Dylan Westbrook right now sitting in the 6th spot. He's under attack from DJ Christie, who's going to work to his inside and try him, put him back even further. For Josh Hansen right now, this time by he'll be 10 laps away from $10,000 extra payday.
Hansen has had the speed the last 2 seasons. There is no doubt about that. He has not had the fortune. Cole McDonald giving him fits right now. He's trying to put McDonald a lap down, but Cole McDonald continues to fight back in that 0.
Your leader, Josh Hansen, works off of corner number 4. This time 9 laps. Oh, catches a piece of Tate O'Leary. They stay straight and steady. That was a close call for your leader. DJ Christie and Skylar Evans are going back and forth too. Boy, oh boy, they're having a knock 'em out one here with slide jobs back and forth.
Corey Turner and Nick Sheridan continue their battle as well. They're coming off of turn number 4 just behind Ryan Turner and Darren Dryden. They continue to duke it out for position as there's going to be 7 laps to go this time.
Alex Hill pulls it off into the infield. Will stand the green flag. There you see DJ Christie working through corner number 3. He's got Skylar Evans behind him. D-Dubs right in front of him.
Things are getting pretty crowded down the back straightaway for Ryan Turner. He's trying to get around Jacob Dykstra, Tate O'Leary, Ashton Van Every. He gets past 2 of them. Darren Dryden right there as well.
Josh Hansen all the way down in corner 3. Second place is just rolling off of 2 now. So he is approaching near a third of a track advantage over second place Ryan Turner. That gap is almost 6 seconds now.
What a race. All green flag laps as Nick Sheridan now working the outside of Darren Dryden. Right behind them is Corey Turner. 3-car battle for the 3rd spot.
4 laps left to go for Josh Hansen. Can he cash in on the bounty? No one's been able to do it yet. The battle right now is Sheridan, Dryden, and Corey Turner is one to watch.
Unbelievable battle for position is now Corey Turner has the 3rd spot as they close in on Jacob Dykstra in the 5D.
Your leader is going into corner number 3, and this time by it'll be 2 laps left to go for the driver to Beamsville, Ontario, looking for the big payday in the Janney Recovery and Towing number 88H.
Oh, Corey Turner slams the door shut on Nick Sheridan, nearly contact into turn number 3 in that battle for 3rd.
Leader down through 3 and 4. Coming to the Mobile One white flag. 1 lap away from a pot of gold for Josh Hansen. He's got heavy lap traffic, has no idea how big of a lead he has.
No, he certainly doesn't as he gets around Tate O'Leary, and there's still a gaggle of cars ahead of him in 3 and 4.
Off of corner number 4, coming to the big payday. The bounty has been claimed. Josh Hansen's going to win it.
Hansen takes the win. Who's going to get second? It's going to be Ryan Turner. Coming home third, it's Corey Turner, Nick Sheridan, Darren Dryden, DJ Christie with Dylan Westbrook.
Back in the 7th spot is Dylan Westbrook. There's Josh Hansen, your winner. And the Eagle Towing Equipment. J&E Recovery, number 88H. This will be the biggest payday of his career. Sheridan and Turner not happy with one another there, it seemed.
You know what? It was pretty mutual from what it looked like. Really hard racing. But how about that? Josh Hansen gonna take that bounty.
Biggest win of his career, I think we can say fairly safely for Josh Hansen.
That is safe to say. How about that? An autograph session, a 4-division show, and the last checkered flag flies just after 10 o'clock p.m. Great job by the staff. Great job by the track crew. Everybody pitching in to put on a heck of a show. Thank you so much to all of you fans for coming out to enjoy a night of racing with us. We hope to see you back again.
Absolutely. It's been a great night of racing as the Turner brothers will bookend the winner here tonight. Josh Hansen is putting the money in the bank now. He has got the biggest win of his career. Lone Wolf Fireworks light up the sky. And the bounty is going to light up his bank account. Clinton Jeffrey's going to be down there and talk to our winner, Josh Hansen in Slack Lumber Victory Lane.
Yeah, Dylan Westbrook clawed $2,000 off it last week with the big win. $8,000 in the bounty, $2,000 for the win. $10,000 coming to Josh Hansen here. The crew out with hugs and they're ready to celebrate this one. He'll get the Hoosier Tire hat on. He'll get ready to climb up top of the wing and salute you fans here as the fireworks get ready to fly and keep rolling. How about it, folks? That's $10,000 for Josh Hansen tonight. And he gets up there and he will grab the money. Josh, step in front of your car here. What a drive. First off, what does it mean to win $10,000 here at Ohsweken tonight?
It's definitely a bonus, but I mean, we finally parked it, so that's a big deal, so finally.
This car's been fast. It just seems like you've had bad luck, whether it be mechanical failure, issues with other situations. Tonight, the luck stayed away and it worked in your favor.
Yeah, I kept telling, I knew we had the right pieces to the puzzle. We just had to figure out how to finally put it all together. I just can't thank all these guys enough. These guys work their dog off. Mike shows up every single time, and Mom, Dad, I know Mom's at home watching. Hopefully she's not too stressed out. Yeah. We finally did it. You always hear those NASCAR guys saying you never know when your next one or your last one will be, or your next one. And it's been a couple of years, and it's just slowly chomping at me, but I kept it inside. And just got to thank all the sponsors, and I'm glad we could celebrate with some of this new victory mist.
All right, enjoy it. We'll let it pop and let them go, guys. We'll get over here and talk to our second and third place as Corey Turner in to see it. Jack, you want to get that one? Here it comes. They're going to spray Josh with the victory mist down here. All right, let's talk to Ryan. Ryan, it seems like the slick track is what you needed. It kind of came back to you tonight.
Yeah, no, we've been fast. We just had the worst luck in the world. So, even in hot laps there, we went quick time and my MSD box fell out and hit the kill switch on me. So just little things going on. Tonight we were quick time in hot laps, won our heat and second in the feature. We can't complain with that. Slick definitely helps us, but I think we could be pretty good on the grip as well right now. Our team just needed something to get back on the pad here and let everyone breathe, reset, and let's go get the Outlaws.
Congrats on solid run, Ryan.
Thank you. And I got to thank Dan and Trish, Brando, all my crew. They've been busting their butts. I know the results haven't been there, but it has not been for lack of effort and nights in the shop, for sure. I got to thank all my marketing partners and like I said, and the fans as well. Appreciate it.
Ryan Turner, second here. We'll get over here and talk to Corey Turner next. Corey, come on around front here. Corey, solid run there. A tough battle on the sled in here with you and Nick having a heck of a battle going back and forth. Everybody from second on back was under a blanket. Talk about your perspective from the cockpit tonight.
Yeah, we had a good car. Just didn't quite have enough side bite there to keep up with the top two. But you know, this is a good run. We got the Outlaws coming in next week. We're looking forward to that. Really got to thank John Brush, Corpac Merchandising, Jason Beamer. Tons of guys on this car. Trevor at Village, David Swain at Mobile One, Jonathan at Lone Wolf. We'll go home this weekend. It's in one piece, so you can, you know, as an owner operator, there's no bad nights when you roll it back in the trailer. And we'll put the 410 in and see everybody Tuesday.
All right, there you have it. Corey Turner second, Corey third, Ryan second, and your winner tonight, Josh Hansen, picks up the $10,000 win tonight. $8,000 in the bounty, $2,000 in the pay envelope. What a night, guys. What a crowd. Take us home, boys.
That'll do it on another broadcast here on GeForce TV. On behalf of the Steyrs family, all our staff and crew, and on behalf of Adam Ross and Clinton Jeffrey, I'm Greg Kelman saying so long. We'll see you Tuesday and Wednesday here for the Outlaws. Copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of GeForce TV. GeForce TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.